think that worked. Keyword, I think. What up? Good afternoon, fellows and fellers. In the waiting room for TFT for set 18. Should be out within the hour, but who knows? So till then, we're just chilling. I figured I would watch some Riftbound games.
List, but I think she has room for
and
herself.
chill, you know?
Definitely. And I feel like if there's anything Mel has going for herself, it's going to be that signature spell rebuttal. Once it was premiered, everyone's like, wait a second, that signature spell is bananas.
Plus,
The
you
night
know,
everywhere,
love
let's
to
go
see
ahead
me
and
some
keep this
some
round number two
Akali,
started.
Akali into
Akali versus
Mel.
Mel to kick our round
I
two.
feel like
And
it's
just
a
like
pretty
we did
bad
in that
matchup for
first round
Akali,
one, let's
but
go ahead and give a nice little introduction since we are hopping into a brand new Vendetta meta. Let's break down these legends, at least in terms of legend ability, real quick.
playing the
What can you
Akali
tell me
definitely the
about
correct
Akali?
play.
So Akali is movement the legend. As an action, you can
Using
exhaust
back alley
Akali.
bar is
If it's
interesting,
your
but
turn, specifically, that's very important and something players missed when she first was being played. If it is your turn, you can move a friendly unit in a showdown to base, and if the Akali is empowered, you then ready that unit you've moved back to base. The empower is pretty expensive at 3 energy and a power, but what that means is you can move a unit to a battlefield, and then you can pull the unit back to base, and then you can ready it if it's empowered, and move the unit back in again.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get 3 move triggers for a single
why are you?
readied unit.
Okay, we'll just talk about what's probably obvious here. Like, it seems completely free to just kill the Scholar just by empowering the Akali legend. And, like, sure, you might be baiting something out here, but, like, that's what you want anyway. Because even, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what it would even be. Because, like, surely there's, um, like a -1 draw one, whatever the fuck that card is, like surely, but like what else? If you're playing purple,
Something like a Stellacorn, that's 3
then
card draw, and once the Akali is empowered,
discipline, well,
there's
not
no
discipline, but
cost to exhausting the Akali legend. So you
stack
can
deck.
get 3 card draw
Your
on a
deck is not
Stellacorn
in your
for free.
hand.
On top of that,
Ridiculous.
there's a lot of things that are buffs based
Now it
on
is.
movement. Something like this back alley bar. When you move from here, give the unit +1. When you pull them back with the Akali legend, that's a +1. And
Jesus,
Akali,
some of these
her
cards are bent
champion
as
unit
shit.
that we're seeing for this game is the red one, which
Oh
says when
well.
I move to a battlefield, deal a damage. When I move from a battlefield, deal a damage. And I don't know if I said 2 or 1, but it is 1 damage. But if she's
Playing
empowered,
Jin for
the Akali
resources,
champion unit, it does 2
no
damage.
herder
So
though.
Akali champion unit, we have the Jin who can give energy and power on
This
the
is
move, the
fine.
Stellacorn who's giving card draw.
This
There
is
is so much movement,
fine.
so much on move effects. She can be a bit of a menace.
Yeah, she seems quite powerful in theory, so I'm very excited to see how people kind of make her work and what cards are going to be able to make use. I mean, we're seeing the cards here, the red Jin, as we said, being able to bring them in, bring them out, and even ready for potential 3 moves. That's 3 energy, 3 power generated from that single card. Now to throw it over to the other side of the board real quick. What about Mel? Are you impressed with her legend ability, or is she feeling like not the ideal purple blue legend? Because she seems pretty powerful in terms of like the cards she has access to. But perhaps Diana Ezra, as you mentioned before, is still kind of the premier Mind Chaos decks. But Mel, maybe people are kind of underestimating her just
I
slightly.
don't know why there's so many like
So
purple, blue.
Mel is suffering from the
It's actually
same
kind of
issue that
dirty.
Vex had with Unleashed.
Should just be
They gave
purple and
Mel
something
a
else.
very nice champion unit. It's 4
Purple's
energy
just
and a
too
power
good.
for my not the best stat line, but when you play her, draw 1. That's always great. Just
Like
add
a
a card to
black
your hand.
deck.
And then you can empower her for 3 energy, no power, just 3 energy to empower. And when she is empowered, your spells and abilities cannot be countered. That is huge for a spell slinger into something like the calm decks that we are seeing right
Why
here,
are
right now.
you doing
And
this?
also, if a spell or ability would reduce a unit's might, it reduces it by an additional 1. Now, I do not know specifically. There is a little bit of a ruling shenanigan
What?
here where reduce.
Oh, okay. She's not empowered. You're just bringing Jin in and out just for shits and
Reducing
giggles,
by an additional 1
just to get the
might
additional
mean
power and
that
energy, which is just like fine. Don't
a
get me wrong, but
Thousand Tail
like
Watcher can go down to 0 might,
again, this thing
or the Thousand Tail Watcher is -4 down to a minimum of 1 still.
No, I
interesting.
think it has
Double herder. Why wouldn't you have played this before the Jin? I wonder if this is the correct play. Now Akali's just gonna die for free here.
I don't know how
choose,
that's
right?
I
Because
mean,
gonna
you
it
end.
move
says
it back, surely, but
it says
yeah.
units it chooses. So Watcher doesn't choose if
I mean, no, I'm wrong. This is actually definitely the correct play. You're so like it's funny that like Akali like can be such a good like early gas deck if you're just like empowering early, but like when you get Jin on board and Stellacorn herders, you just like assuming that you have like a Yasuo or a Vilemaw, like the late game becomes so much easier. It's actually
we
like
were
more
talking about
ideal
that.
to go for that than winning
true.
early anyway.
I mean, it's the same thing with Stupefy, though. It can go down to either -2 to a minimum of 1 or 0.
I'm surprised there hasn't been the discard
but the
bird
champion
by
unit, very nice. It's a large part of why
down
people
here.
are playing Mel.
No fizz.
And then Rebuttal, obviously, is
Like what's going on down
incredibly
here?
powerful. It's 1 energy and a power of either color, reaction speed, choose a spell with energy costs no more than 4, and then counter it. If you are talking about Defy, which is a staple 3 of in green,
the Akali's already
Rebuttal is
won.
just
This game's
better
over.
because there is no limit to the power of the spell it can counter, so you can
Literally
counter
having just
Falling
Jin and
Star,
double herder, it's over.
which
GG.
is really, really good. It also has an entire second effect where you can pay the 1 energy, pay a power, counter a spell, or if you pay an additional power, you can take control of the spell, and then you can make new choices for it. So your Falling Star is my Falling Star. And that is also a massive problem if it's something like a Falling Star or a Switcheroo. You can just completely
Tap the 2
destroy your
blues?
opponent with a Rebuttal. But that then leaves us with the Legend. And unfortunately,
because now he legitimately just gets 4
when
draws.
you empower something else, you
possibly
empower me,
6.
disempower me, exhaust, give a unit, add a battlefield only, -2 might this turn. The
Because you could just like Emperor's Divide.
Battlefield is really
we'll see
rough. If it was anywhere you could give -2 might, it would be an extremely powerful legend ability, but I guess to balance out with the champion unit being very good and the signature spell being very
didn't empower
good,
the Akali though.
Feels a little bit underwhelming, and people have not found a good way to
I mean, I guess you don't need to, but like
empower the Mel Legend and then
he must be sitting on like a Rengar or something.
Legend, which is
Rengar
why
or Janna that he's just keeping in hand for defense.
Been viewed as the best purple and
to be fair, like why not? But like it's not gonna dodge any spells more than likely. Well, I suppose now that Mel's out.
Yeah, for sure.
Today.
I mean, we have players like I said before, multi-champion Nurov coming into this tournament with Mel, so he thinks there's definitely some merit to Mel. So we'll see if she kind of makes a bit of a splash here in our very first Vendetta tournament. But as we were discussing before, the Stellacorn Herder has such fantastic synergy with the Akali Legend ability, go in, get out, draw 2, and if you are empowered, a potential draw 3. Another card that looks to have very good synergy is the Mass of Foresight. Every time you swing in, or I'll go ahead and read it verbatim here, every time you attack, if the friendly unit is alone, you get a +1. So you could go in, get a +1, come back for a Akali, go in again, and get an additional +1.
Well, now the Mask of Foresight is completely fucking pointless unless Emperor's Divide is in hand, which might be the case.
Additional +1.
Honestly, I'm hoping he just hides
Blade, which is a new equipment from Vendetta.
Resonating Strike.
3 energy to put on the board, 1 Fury power to equip.
Aha, there it is.
To battlefield, give me +2 this turn. It already gives
Good.
+1 baseline.
Now I agree with
5
this.
additional might from that single gear with this Akali Legend. And combining that with all of the movement triggers,
do you have 2 of them?
Akali's own signature spell, Shuriken Flip, which is slow speed, granted. 1 energy, 1 power, deal 2 damage to up to 1 enemy unit at a battlefield. It's a little a tongue twister to say.
Right.
Then move a friendly unit. and it has flow, so it can be even replayed for 3 energy and a power. So there's more movement.
Don't know why they're showing these cards when they're not on the board.
Red Akali, there's more ways to deal spike damage to a unit at a
Powering
battlefield.
Mel, so now spells and abilities can't be countered.
Can do 6 damage with a Shuriken.
Which again was like kind of why I thought the Akali was playing kind of passive.
And then
but I don't think that's the case.
Running away, which is pretty brutal.
You got 3 runes left. Very well could still just be going for.
There's definitely a lot of movement. There's a lot of ways.
Jenna, I don't know if this guy's playing Jenna
I have seen
though.
A lot of people
That'd be cool if he was.
Green Akali, so
it would actually work kind of well into the Mel.
Red Akali getting played, as I personally like the Red Akali. It's really good for that going second, 3 energy, 3 might. But the Green Akali being untargetable unless it is in combat can be really brutal, especially for a deck like Mel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I have heard the red one's okay, but I feel like the green one might just be a little bit stronger, despite the fact of having to pay a simple energy to or power to go ahead to deploy, of course. But looking at how things are kind of shaping out, it looks like on the Cider Mel, she just empowered her chosen champion, which empowered the legend -2 on the Stellarcorn, and a Shock Blast coming down because you have an empower unit only causes a single energy and a power to go ahead and take. Actually, the -2 was on the Jin actually. So having to pay the deflect, but didn't mind doing so because wants to take care of it ASAP. I'm wondering what the Shock Blast is going for. 4 damage. Can pretty much take care of any single unit you want to go ahead and deal with. Now, thinking about this further, Knight, hidden cards. I'm pretty familiar. Oh, I guess we get our answer here.
Yep, Emperor's Divide.
I was going to say, what can these possibly be? It's reaction speed, Emperor's Divide to keep your unit safe. And I believe you're restricted to just the units on that battlefield, though, correct?
Yes, it's the units on the battlefield that the Emperor's Divide is played at for the hidden, or, I mean,
rebuttal.
Rebuttal. There is the Defy, but for Mel, I'm assuming she's not going to take control of it as she doesn't have units of her own, but easily able to counter it unless the Akali has a Defy in hand, because the interesting part with the Rebuttal, it is low enough energy and power that Defy can defy the Rebuttal, and we're going back to playing this tug of war for...
University of Phoenix is definitely built.
I don't think it's that big of a deal to lose Jin or the Herder. You have another one. And Jin's not like a super win con.
Making my family #1. And it's all due to the flexibility of the 24/7 online classroom.
Do you want to take your photography
online classrooms
to the
OP.
next level? HD Photo Hub has a few
I'm actually surprised. I restarted my
Our
computer and I
smart
didn't even
scheduling
realize that
counter
my
spells.
OBS is actually working properly. That
The
never
other
happens.
options for hidden for the Akali would be something like a Zhonya's Hourglass.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything else overly played.
Went
I
for
mean,
the
there's
Herder.
like Pike Red, but
Kind of figured
I'm
because
not
you just
seeing that
battle in
played.
there.
There's Back Off, but I haven't seen that played a lot. So there
But
are
again,
other
like,
hidden cards, but my guess is
Janna comes
almost
in.
always going to be Emperor's Divide or Zhonya's Hourglass. The Ravenbloom student walking up. This Jin has the -2 from the Mel Legend, the additional -1 from the Mel Champion unit being empowered. So this Ravenbloom student's going in at 4 might against the Jin's singular might. And I'm assuming that Jin's gonna die. It does gain 1 might from the Mask of Foresight, but it's still a 2 might difference combined with any cards that this Mel wishes to play. It's gonna be hard for the Akali to out-might fight this Ravenbloom.
Definitely, you know, for those wondering, that Akali definitely does have access to things like the Defy of her own, but keep in mind the empowered Mel chosen champion right there in the base didn't allow anything like a counter potential to be played on something like the Rebuttal. So just making sure you start that turn on empowering your unit. That way you make 100% certain that all your spells will be resolving, which we're seeing the power here, because I would imagine Akali potentially has some kind of counter potential in hand, but no, Rebuttal does succeed, and that means that goes... this Conqueror does go in the favor of Mel, and despite setting up a big, massive defensive front on that Ravenbloom Conservatory, not really playing out exactly how Akali drew it up. Now to try to contest the battlefield on the right, but saying, no, I'll go ahead and try to deal with that the next turn. So Akali does end up going to 5. Now here's the tricky part. You have a good amount of runes to work with. Are we a little bit scared of Mel can do on defense?
Why are we playing something instead of moving Herder?
Drives, doesn't it?
There's definitely a lot the Mel can do on defense. I mean, even just
You're being weird.
is pretty good for the defense. I'm not sure that the Akali's definitely not going to need to worry about the might, because even just running in something like the Stellacorn with a double Mask of Foresight, it can go up to 5 and then up to 7. So in terms of having the might for the battlefield, I don't think
Okay,
the
empowered
Akali's
Akali,
going to
that's
be
fine.
worried. Something like a
Should have done
Starcross
this
can come out.
first. I don't know
Something like an
why.
Eclipse can come out. A Shock Blast can come out. So
Oh,
it definitely can be a bit of a blowout if the Mel has the cards to defend the Ravenbloom Conservatory, and she's also going to get the potential card draw from the Conservatory trigger, and that's going to happen twice because the Akali is attacking twice, which
Granted,
is
you do have your own
definitely going to be
upside of
good.
the double massive foresight doubling up, so Stellacorn swinging for an impressive 7 total might, making it that much more impactful, but it doesn't matter how much might you have, as that Starcross did get picked up, so we know that's kind of looming in the hand currently. And chat, thank you for the correction. I believe Mystic is the Mel player, so I'll go ahead and correct that for game number 2, but decides to send in the Lonely Poro, does get the additional 2, so swinging in for 4. I guess he's saying do your worst. I don't want to go ahead and fall into any kind of combat tricks you have, because even on defense, you can't counter any spells because of the champion there, right?
Yeah, so
Stupefy was
I
what I was looking for.
Yeah, here with the Stupefy, the Lonely Poro will go down to 2, the Ravenbloom will go up to 3 might, and I don't know that this Akali's going to be able to break the battlefield easily. I mean, definitely not easily this turn. She might be able to do it
it'll be pretty easily.
But it's going to be hard. The only thing with the
there's definitely a shuriken flip or a resonating strike around. Literally, you just send a Kali back and fucking send it.
You don't want to move that up to a battlefield.
And you still haven't gotten the draws from Herd or we got 2, but there's still another one and
reduction of might. I don't know that the Stupefy was getting the might reduction because she played. Oh no, it was one that she played. I guess she was saying it needed to get the -2. I thought she played a second one. So yeah, the Stupefy -2 because of the Mel and power. But that also means you don't want to move that Mel up to a battlefield. The Mel only really has 1 unit she's happy to be moving around. And the Akali still has an entire battlefield of her own red Akali, a Noxus Hopeful, and a hidden card that is potentially another Emperor's Divide. And this Mel does not have Deflect, it doesn't have Shield, it doesn't have Backline. If it moves onto a battlefield, even just this deadly weapon Akali, when it's empowered, can move up, pull back, and it will kill the Mel before the Mel player can react.
Definitely, we'll see if that does come in a little bit later, but the triple Stupefy trying to nullify the increase of might from that discipline earlier from Akali, so back down the Lonely Poro goes, making sure you won't be successful on this Conqueror. Ravenloft student gain 3 total might increase for playing spells, and then Lonely Poro -3 of his own. So having to rely on that.
Oh, the other thing, I don't know why he didn't just send the Poro and Herder at the same time. I mean, I kind of know why, but
you could Emperor's
where Mask of Foresight, it's just kind of weird because it forces you to only play 1 unit on the battlefield to get its value.
To worry about. You're not feeling too
but that never feels that great.
All Stupefy.
I don't like Mask of Foresight personally.
Right? Starcross is no longer online. Diana doesn't have the additional energy as she would usually have, so feels safe to push in the Stellacorn. And this is a much crazier game in terms of hand size and card advantage as compared to what we saw in round 1, right? Jason Zed, despite Zed kind of having a draw mechanic, Stellacorn and Akali, and then Mel with her draw potential. You can't match that. Both of these players going crazy in that
smoke screen. Fuck.
Yeah, to clarify, it was only 2 Stupefies.
That's really bad for Akali.
Put the Stupefy on the chain twice, which is what confused me.
God, how cheap that fucking card is.
The Akali had the Lonely Poro at 4 might. The Stupefy was played. The Lonely Poro went down to 3 might, and then the Mel put the Stupefy back on the chain. So I'm guessing the player was saying, hey, this Stupefy is supposed to be -2 might, you only did -1 might, and that's why there was a little bit of confusion with how that looked for us. The Mel, though, playing Smokescreen, that's a lot of might dropped for the Stellacorn. That's -5, so Stellacorn is going to have to be moved back. Interestingly, Emperor's Divide, that's another card draw. The Stellacorn, that is, I believe, 4 cards drawn this single turn with that Stellacorn.
Yeah, ridiculous. But now saying, wait a minute, I have no attacking units and looking to not want to expend anything like a third Emperor's Divide on that back alley bar. So just retreats back. And this is for the first time in this game where I believe Akali feels a bit like her back is against the wall despite having a massive hand. A good, proper board state in terms of base. And
no, this is 100% fine.
Well to push
this is
in.
10 runes to 7.
Mel, just putting on such a good defensive,
absolutely fine.
A defensive wall with just a single Raven Bloom, double Stupefy, and a smoke screen was enough to not let that Conquer go through. So Mel up to 5 points, tying this game up. More importantly, now that Akali's tapped out, do you try to capitalize and take the point tempo for yourself and just try to hold your way to victory? This is going to be very, very interesting turn. I believe, where's the UI that says the cards in hand? I guess we could count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cards in hand for Mel. What can they do? And it looks like
I suppose there's singularity that could like really fuck over the Akali, but
down to 1. Oh no, even better, just
Shock Blast. Yeah, you can just snipe the Noxus Hopeful, and that plays around the potential third Emperor's Divide. He can then move the Noxus Hopeful back if it was an Emperor's Divide, but
it's a back off.
That's completely fine. In this case, we actually see it's a back off, so it can stun a unit, which would have been pretty bad if this Mel tried to move in with her own Mel. So really nice with the Shock Blast play, the Fizz reinforcing the Raven Bloom. That means that Raven Bloom student plus Fizz is 5, and it can jump up to a staggering like 10 might with all the spells in hand. The Mel is going to go up and conquer that back alley bar. If the Mel doesn't have a way to pull her champion unit back, that is a very exposed champion unit. And all of a sudden, those defies are coming back out.
What I'm saying, like, you got 4 runes and not much might going on here.
But trying to mitigate that a little bit, puts a hidden card there. Hidden for
good luck.
Purple. I'm trying to think back what things like Diana and Ezreal used to do. I could only kind of think back to things like Tide Turner. I don't see Tide Turner being too advantageous in the position. What else hidden cards can it be? Because I feel like Consult the Past.
Like if he just has Vile Maw, it's just over.
Such a big hand size. Wages of Pain could be okay-ish, but the Massive Foresight kind of negates that in a sense. So what else can kind of be defensive? Anything that can protect this Mel, in your opinion, Knight?
Overtime.
I think you just a power. You just got to bait with Akali first here.
Love it, love it.
I think you're probably still fine to empower the Akali unit. Very interesting that he didn't empower the legend this like for the majority of the game.
Not especially for the
Went for the blade, huh?
New hiddens for.
I don't know. Well, who plays this card? Like,
I mean,
why?
It could be a Spiderling technically, but that is very unlikely. So my guess would be something like Wages.
I mean, ideally it gets +4, but I mean,
I just don't think there's any other card. I mean, a Temporal Breach would let him potentially.
Why would you not safely just empower the Akali here?
On top, that Akali is going to a staggering 8 might on the attack. Yeah, the new Blink card, Temporal Breach, would be good for defending this Mel here, though it's hard to say if that would be enough. Even with a Temporal Breach dropping the gear off of this Akali and removing all of her plus might, the Akali definitely still has ways to play around it. Switcheroo, it could be a switcheroo that would let him swap mites with the Akali Deadly Weapon. The problem here is if he swaps might with the Akali Deadly Weapon, then the Akali just says, okay, I'm out, and pulls back to base.
Right,
which is kind of the part that makes that legend really nice.
And it actually comes in readied and gets the additional +1 from back alley bar. So maybe this is more of a little bit of a bait saying, let's go ahead and see what you have. But the Starcross coming in, you can't legend ability to Starcross, so sends back the Fizz and looking to send back the Akali. And with the Mel chosen champion, who would have thought not being able to counter your spells being such a huge impact in a game like Riftbound? You could only imagine in that hand right now, there's probably like 2 defies
really
waiting to go ahead and be used, but not able to go get value from those defies. Man, I didn't expect this blue Mel to be such a powerful card in terms of just completely not letting your opponent play the way they kind of want to play in a sense. So this is really, really cool. And that Akali back to the hand
You
and
can
probably doesn't
re-equip the
have a way of
Stellacorn
kind of
and just
coming in
fucking
at
go in with
accelerator,
Stellacorn.
coming in ready
I
to
just
push
like
in.
Mel's
So
not surviving
everything
this turn.
Stella is relying on Stellacorn Herder, but I guess a Fallen Star is one way around it to finally deal with the Mel champion.
So the Raven Bloom is at 3. The Mel has already taken a damage from the Akali moving in.
Bye-bye.
If he just goes 1-1 with the Mel and the Raven Bloom, they're both gonna die this turn, unfortunately.
Which is a pain on their own
Which
unit, I
would
guess.
be a bit of a disaster. I don't know if he doubled in on the Mel with the Falling Star.
Oh, did it to
Looks
keep
like
the...
it. I am not entirely sure why.
Because Mel had 4, you're so right. But wasn't it a cleanup after that? Because combat finished, so the cleanup
true,
happened.
yeah. It should have been a cleanup. The Mel
Yeah.
still had the damage marked on it, but yeah. So that does make sense. Double Falling Star into the Mel.
Oh.
And I mean, this
Yeah.
Stellacorn now, with the Pendulum Blade, you can equip it to the Stellacorn, and it's going to go up to 6 might, 8 might on the attack, same as the Akali Deadly Weapon we just saw. And that Raven Bloom's probably not going to be able to defeat that, especially with the empowered Akali to go back in again to get additional +4 might. So it's currently going to go up to 8. It can go up to 12 if it needs to. And this Raven Bloom, it can get a lot of might very easily, but I don't think it's getting 12 might.
Yeah, not with a single energy. We saw the majority of the Superfires getting used earlier on, so just relying on a single one has potential of like a retreat if Mel players are running like a retreat.
Scary.
But in this situation,
too bad he can't use it.
Akali going up to 6 more than likely, and if you're able to go ahead and establish out one more unit on the back line, threatening a hold to 7 and then a conquer push up to 8 on the very next turn, unless Mel has access to... I was almost going to go Singularity, but you're not even going to have the runes to go ahead and play that. Is there anything he can do? Let's go ahead and take a look.
I don't know why he didn't do the Akali play, though, for free 2 draws.
The Stellacorn.
That didn't really make sense to me.
The Stellacorn has the Pendulum Blade, so
true,
it's going to not be able to. There was a card that has been recycled with Fizz, which was Shock Blast, which would be enough to clear the Stellacorn, barring any buff spells the Akali has in hand. Speaking of accelerated cards, though, the Akali signature spell does count as an accelerate, or does kind of count as an acceleration, as you can move your unit to a battlefield, even if there is no enemy to target for the 2 damage. You can still move a friendly unit. They're separate effects. So 1 energy and a power would let him move any unit on the turn he plays it.
Makes sense. You know, now you kind of reminded me the perfect executioner as well as another way around that to go ahead and ready units. But as you mentioned, Shuriken Flip to get even additional value from the Stellacorn Herder. You know, Knight, I don't think we've ever seen the likes of what we're seeing in this Herder. But as you mentioned, Shuriken Flip.
You can just do that?
To get even additional value from the Stellacorn Herder, you know, Knight, I don't think we've ever seen the likes of what we're seeing in this game 2, or this game 1 or round 2.
Wait,
with Stellacorn
don't you need ganking?
Such an amount of cards. I mean, there's one Stellacorn in the course of this game 1. It has to be somewhere in the neighborhood of what, like 8, maybe 9 cards? It's crazy.
Yeah. So it can get even crazier. People were experimenting with the green equipment Spellsonger,
True,
which doubles the card text of whatever it is equipped to. And so Stellacorn's then drawing 2 cards every move, and you can get up to like 12 cards in a turn, which at that point, you're genuinely risking burnout. Yeah. Okay, looks like the Mel did not have the answer in hand to stop the double hold or hold and then conquer. So it will be a game 2.
Yeah, super, super nice. I mean, a little bit better than the Lee Sin. I mean, nothing wrong with Lee Sin, but, you know, I think the Mel one's a little bit cooler, if you ask me.
What do you mean? The Lee Sin card text was centered. It was a play on the name.
Right. You know, if we had to compare him with the kitty cat.
Oh, I had nothing turn 1. That's fucking tragic. Game's already over. Nothing. Turn on so many spells in hand. Fucking 3 smoke screens. Yeah, so a fun fact. Well, not really a fact, but at least what I assume. What up, Boomer? The new set, as in the new set for Riftbound? If that's what you're asking, then that is on the 30th. It's here in a couple days. The 30th and 31st. And it's still down. Okay.
That one from China, then that would be tough to say.
Unless you're talking
But as
about
I say that,
the
we're hopping ourselves into game number 2. I fixed the name,
TFT
so
set, then
Dabbit
that's
is up
coming
at
out
top
in
at Akali,
like
and then
hopefully within
Mystic
the
is
hour.
down below with
Hopefully.
Mel today. So let's go ahead and input these battlefields.
At least
But
that's
we're
what
gonna
I've kind of
next
heard.
go
I don't know
into
how
the
true that
sideboard. I
is,
know it's
but
set 4. And speaking of sideboard, this is the first event we ever had.
I
where
was
these players have
watching another
access
stream
to a
and
10-card sideboard.
they mentioned should
How
be
much
about
of
an
a
hour.
difference, in your opinion,
And I was
does
like,
that
all
make,
right, time
Mike?
for me to boot up stream and wait as well.
I mean, a 10-board sideboard is insane. That
So
is a
gladly will.
25% increase in your sideboard, and you can now swap out 25% of your deck
It's
from
like
your
deja vu.
sideboard. So it is really,
But with
really
Stellarcorn
nice.
Herder, it's just going to
Especially,
be so
in my
many
opinion, the amount
draws.
of gear hate we're going to have to run in this new set with things
GG
like Jace Aurora
easy.
being potentially a problem, Jace gear being potentially a problem.
The thing with like a
and
lot of
things
blue
like
spells
Ezreal
is it
Pact
doesn't do a
Warriors.
whole
There's
lot
so
of
much gear
like
you're gonna have
deal
to get rid of,
damage
so I really
outside
like
of
that we
like
have a
Shock
few
Blast and
more
Singularity, but they're
slots
so
to run
they're pretty
actual tech
spendy.
cards beyond just gear hate.
Mhm.
There is the obvious play on this game of something like a not so
Unless
fast
Mel is
or a
empowered, I
no-brainer here
guess,
for the
but
Akali to try and
that
stop
takes
the
some
spell
time.
slinging of Mel. As for the Mel, it's kind of hard
That
to
requires
say
some time.
what would actually be helpful for her. She had a really strong like turn 4 and 5, but then kind of didn't have the follow through. So something bigger. I would have liked to see a Thousand Tail Watcher
Right.
either in the main board or sideboard, but I don't know if she's running that. Singularity would help remove some of these bigger might units, but the big problem that you run into against an Akali
Wait, what
is
did we
that
get? We get
all
abandoned
of her
home?
units can be big might with how
Well,
easily she can
honestly,
stack might from these
I would
moving
expect
to
this
battlefield and attacking and moving
Raven
effects.
Bloom to kind of pop off this
So
game.
I don't know what the Mel sideboards, if anything, to specifically counter Akali in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I like the cards you brought up. I mean, Watcher, we didn't see too much, like we said before, like a Bella's Breath, but that combo always has been quite impressive to
Went
say
straight for the
least.
empowered
So
Akali.
once we
This
do
is
see
what I
something
kind of
like that, but
wanted
I don't
originally.
mind seeing a Singularity. You're
But again,
always guaranteed to
probably
take
should
down
have
2
empowered
units, 'cause
Legend
most of these
Akali.
cards from Akali's side are always less than 6 might, but here we go, empowered.
This is a
The
bad
red
bait.
Akali
Like,
swinging in, but getting caught off with the
yeah.
smoke screen to bring her down. Of course, we are.
I mean, surely you just have
so
a Emperor's Divide.
Difference as every spell you play, you will be gaining that +1.
That's
and
probably the
+4
reason why
for
this
the Raven
happened.
Bloom as well. So an additional +2 on this.
If he doesn't
board.
have an Emperor's Divide, this is going to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
From being empowered, this might be a 1-for-1 trade unless Akali has something to say about this.
The Akali can pull the deadly weapon Akali back, deal another 2 damage, and then the Raven Bloom has to have another reaction speed spell in hand if she wants to keep this Raven Bloom alive, meaning the Mel has to spend 2 cards and already 1 power to I don't know why. Yeah, the Akali went into trash. It's 2 cards and already 1 power to keep this Raven Bloom alive. Meanwhile, the Akali just exhausted her legend and unit, which is insane card advantage. And we already see the Stellarcorn on the board readied. It can move up to the Star Spring, get a card, put down a unit, get another card. It's a really strong start for this Akali.
That is an understatement. You know, such a fantastic use of that deadly weapon. You know, I was giving a whole lot of credit to the green champion, but perhaps I wasn't giving enough flowers to the red chosen champion, because right now I completely forgot that it's not just when you move to the battlefield. As you mentioned before, it is from the battlefield. So move in, do 2 damage, and then with the legend ability, you do an additional 2 damage, which is exactly what took care of the Raven Blue student on that turn. So you didn't get the conquer per se, but you got rid of the threat that sets up a future Conquer turn. So Stellarcorn getting set up on the Star Spring to try to activate an additional draw if you play out a unit on this turn. I could only imagine that's kind of what he's prepping for, and that he does.
Yep.
So Nox is hopeful, pushing the Stellarcorn, unless you want to leave it a little bit exposed, which I wouldn't imagine you want to.
Yeah, and that's another card draw for the Stellarcorn. Really quick for the chat, can we show the Akali deck list? Nope, it is a closed deck list. We have access to the deck list, but we're not trying to spoil anything because it is closed. Site we're using, it is Rift Atlas, and out comes the blue Mel. So that is the very important card we saw in the last game to stop all those devices, but unfortunately it just kind of stopped.
And chat, Knight didn't mean it like, no, you could never see the deck list. Of course, chat, you guys know how we do it on YouTube. We will put the deck list of each game that was played in the video, but if you guys want to have access to all the deck lists from our tournament, they're going to be posted on our Discord after the event is all said and done. So
I don't know why he didn't play Mel like previous turn.
We will eventually post them, but for
like Mel just needed to come out ASAP.
It is closed deck list as
waited an extra turn. I don't know why.
1 point up for Mel.
Must have like some crazy spells in hand though. I mean, I guess 3 smoke screen. The one did come out already. But I mean, the fact that Stellarcorn just came out immediately, it's like the game's over.
I would imagine that is.
Usually, it's like as soon as there's a Stellarcorn hurler, it's a wrap. Don't need no Jin or anything else.
With that big hand size, they might just have a falling star there.
Yeah, they absolutely can have a falling star. I like Charm in Akali, at least in the sideboard, because you can get so much might moving in and out of these battlefields then play with that might on your turn, because you end up losing the might at the end of turn. So it's really nice, I think, to have Charm in the deck, but it's not super common, mostly just because Akali's kind of running out of cards.
My favorite reason for Charm is not actually to like bait put stuff in to die, it's actually to get the big shit out.
That ends up falling out first.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
you get some of them really hefty mighty units that come into a battlefield, you charm them away. Like, it's kind of funny. That's like almost the opposite of how Charm should work. But
the card we said before that also readies the perfect execution.
That's also why I like Janna, because she can do the same thing and just bounce people away.
Deck, but Charm might be one you keep as a 1 over a 2 of potentially, but we'll see if they do have it. But no, just throws it back over to the Mel player, so doesn't even want to go ahead and
playing
push
Kaisa.
Unit kind of vulnerable in a
pretty
sense,
good draw power
too. A little
too.
bit better attacking than she is defending, because you're not able to go ahead and.
I think Kaisa is very overrated. Everyone says like Kaisa is really strong. It's like,
I know my brother's
don't see why, like, especially in this deck. I mean, sure, it's like can be accelerated, which is always good. Get the free draw if it conquers.
Overtime
like,
gear for the win.
Decent,
Now at Target.
but plenty fine.
Hi, I'm Kareem Rahma, and this is Pit Stop Tonight.
She's likely to do it, but
with all these move triggers being so potent, the Akali is really strong on the attack, but really for defense. So even here, you don't want to leave the deadly weapon up there. You don't want to leave a Stellarcorn on the abandoned hall, especially abandoned hall, because then the might fight is always going to be won by the spell slinger who is on the turn. So they have all the energy up. I imagine we're going to see like another Noxus Hopeful played from hand and just left at the battlefield saying, look, it's a 5 might unit. You're going to have to get over that. But I don't really want to leave my units up there exposed on their own.
Conquer and draw
one. A lot of people
one.
were discussing when it was first previewed.
I was gonna say this is just gonna probably be
a researcher, which kind of works like, what is the name? Oh, the name escapes me. It was the one Ari used to play. It gets it on the battlefield rather than any location. Something investigator. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Chat would probably let us know. It's a 3-drop. It's a 3-drop 1 power. Yes, Mr. Plus. Thank you so much. The Eager Apprentice. So similar to that, but now it's a 4/4, and you're able to go ahead and get in the base, so you don't have to kind of leave it exposed at a battlefield. How do you feel necessarily about this card? Does it definitely work in Mel decks, or blue-purple decks, I should say?
It definitely has the potential because it doesn't have to be at a battlefield. The other card that is very similar is the Vex Cheerless, I believe is what it's
True.
called, that does a similar effect but only in combat. So I do like that it doesn't have to be in combat, doesn't have to be at a battlefield. The issue that I've seen with the Applied Researcher and why people were not immediately thinking this card is going to be a must-have in every deck is that it is a grand total of 7 energy. Because yes, it is 4 energy to put on the board, but then it's another 3 to empower, and that's a pretty steep cost. But once it's empowered, everything becomes cheaper. You can save on those power costs. So I definitely think it can be good for these spell slingers, especially with Mel, where you're getting value from empowering something anyways.
Also, like, I'm guessing there's probably a
No,
video
you
to
bring up an
show,
excellent
like, the
point, 'cause right now,
TFT set
sometimes
18.
in order to take full advantage of these cards with
Because
their
usually
empowered
there's
a state or empowered
like
ability,
patch notes
you
for it.
almost
I
have to take a
probably should
bit of
look
a
into
turn
that.
off, which we're actually seeing
Have a
here
little
on
bit of
Mel's
an
turn. You
idea.
paid 3 to empower the researcher. You're paying the extra, I believe, 3 again to empower the Mel chosen champion.
Well, we'll
And
see,
now you're
because
just
set
left with 4
17,
energy, so
I
you're
don't
not
even
really
think was
looking at
bad.
establishing
I
any
just
further
didn't think it was
threats. But
fun.
of course, all your spells are
But
going to be
like,
just that
it's
much
funny
more
because like,
efficient. So
most people
Shock
complain
Blast to
about like the
take down the
balance in
Kaiser,
TFT,
I would imagine there
and
might even be
yet
a
I think set
secondary
17
Shock
was
Blast to
like
take down the
really
opposing unit.
balanced almost the
Keep in
entire
mind, now
time.
with newly awakened
Like, it was
empowered,
rather
nothing can
good
stop these
as
spells
far as
from
balancing goes.
resolving.
I just
So
didn't
you're
think it
just
was a
kind of
fun
playing your
set.
own game for your turn this time. Actually, it does end up being for the opponent's turn as well, but all
Wasn't
your
crazy
spells
enough
are
for my liking.
guaranteed, and that is where Mel wants to be in. We'll see if she can continue to take advantage, because right now, definitely a bit on the back foot, but Akali, maybe, we'll see. I guess this is one way around it, just kind of adding pumps instead of trying to counter these spells.
Yeah, the rune situation is a little bit confusing. You don't have to pay 3 runes to empower the Mel. The Mel just automatically empowers if something else gets empowered.
The legend, yeah.
Yes,
The champion.
legend. Did he empower the champion?
Yes, he did both for 6.
So that is where the other 3 came from.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it was the Shock Blast, but the Shock Blast, I guess, hasn't been paid for yet, because that should be 2 energy. It won't be a power, and it is 1 less, although he's got an empowered unit, so
yeah, I
it
think
should
it's
be
just a
a
single
minimum
energy,
of 1.
which is why he tapped a 7 here. But it's a minimum of 1, so you're just paying 1 energy for most of your spells right now.
Yeah.
So
Stupefy coming out because the Kaisa's at 5.
I mean, I imagine, like, there's no way
He did
this
the 4
Mel
damage
player
to
isn't
just try to
playing
bring it down
Walker,
so that you
right?
don't
Like,
even
it's
have
the
to
only
send
thing
a
that's gonna,
unit
like,
there. You can
save
just go
him.
ahead and not think about anything, but keep in mind Abandoned Hall is going to be an increase of 3 for each of these spells. On Guard got up 3, now a Discipline coming up 3 additional ones, saying, you know what, I'm going to make you fight for this Abandoned Hall. Bring in one of your units. I want that Raven Bloom student to trade with my Kaiser. So I like this prep. And keep in mind, the Massive Foresight also does proc, you know, I think when I was first starting off building a little theory behind Akali, I wasn't taking into account such a great card like Massive Foresight, and I'm seeing it is a really good card to put in your deck, especially when you stack them, right? Because they could, if you have 3 on the board, imagine that, an additional +3 every defense and every swing. Only caveat is that it has to be individual units, of course.
Yeah. The Mask of Foresight has gotten a lot more value in specifically the last 2 sets where we've had legends that get a lot of value out of a single unit engaging in combat quickly. So Akali, and then in the last set it was Lilia. This is really painful to see for the Mel, though. He just played out a ton of cards, a Shock Blast, a Stupefy, double empowered, and that Kaisa is still sitting on that board. That's painful, because now it's 6 points to 1. The Akali,
It is really embarrassing that you, like, lose that.
pull
Because,
back
like,
for units here.
I don't know why the Mel didn't play Smokescreen. It made, like, 0 sense. Because, right? I'm trying to remember exactly what was played. It was Stupefy.
The sentry wants that Raven off build the map.
Because so, and it's confusing. You don't have
Yeah, Shock Blast into
that is
Stupefy and decided not to use Smokescreen. Why?
It is imagine that.
This shit's so greedy. He's like, oh, I'll just be fine with a Stupefy. Like, and then just loses. Just straight up loses the game now.
Kaisa is still sitting on that
like, it was,
board.
oh my, like,
That's
what the
painful, 'cause
fuck?
Now it's 6 points to 1. the Akali, she could even just pull back both of her units here,
I think that's the
and
play.
the Mel's gonna have to defend, and that's gonna be really hard here.
Yeah, there's not too much backline interaction for Mel. Granted, you did have singularity. You could take down at most 2 of the
Yeah,
units.
you get
but
a
you have
3,
little bit
draw
more than
3.
2 on Akali's board.
This is
And,
too
it
easy.
almost
It's
ended
game
up
over.
working against
Unless,
her.
well,
Bandit
no,
Hall
it
is
doesn't
such a
matter.
fantastic
Even if you
card.
have Watcher,
It
you're fucking dead.
has a calm themselves. Easier one to Defiant Dancer cores, but the other 2
Even with 12
are
runes,
definitely
you're fucked.
powerful within themselves
Does
as
not
well,
matter.
but keeps the... I'm definitely inclined to just
Dredge
reject
it.
for 6 resources. That way you don't...
Yeah, he's
Flowing
also
dredge
Noxus,
again.
so
I'll just
Ben and
fast through
Hall
this
in
here.
to just get units.
You have this, you send him and send in a bit of a good amount of units.
Oh, now
in
you
that
play the
backbone
smoke
that
screen.
have too much
Fucking
to
idiot.
want down. No, that's true. On massive foresight, so cards in hand.
I mean, even just having to, and even these to get her energy return, but the lost to chaos itself and
Additional might here, but I think this card's from camp anything more, and he says he wants more. Knight, back off to stun. Is there an additional rebuttal or anything that can stop this? Let's see.
Cat and Jack styles that can keep up with
Imagine
you.
this back off
Only
goes
at
through.
Target.
That'd be so
Love it,
funny.
love it.
That's why I like Janna, because it's like it does the exact same thing as back off, but it's a unit for the
so
same cost.
back off is a really
I understand that this
underrated
can be
card
hidden and such, but
because
like, meh.
stunning is so powerful.
I
but
don't know
so
why
underrated.
Akali wouldn't have
It lets you
played
just
back off
save
as a hidden
any amount
unless
of might
it
you
was
put
just
on
drawn.
something
I
like an
didn't really
Irelia
see, but
bumping up to 30 might. All right, he's
and
gonna have
that
to send
went
another team
through.
that just
That's so
volleyed
funny.
it, then
See if I could go ahead and contest that for mine enough to do so, but not.
I mean, it's so chalked.
yeah, able to take out 2 of these units because that's gonna corn. That's the none is in hand. A smoke if this she does that.
Time to, so doesn't even push in, or maybe you'll bring all you have. So I
GG.
Speed spells to get this rate. Might the Akali deadly weapon can go in and then go out.
See, this is such a good finisher for real. Just opponent cannot play cards this turn.
And that's
Pretty strong to me.
like
Like,
Poro
yeah.
can then trade. So there's just nothing that the Mel can do once the Bryn here is played. And I'm pretty sure that was the GG call.
Mid game 4-1, so I'll definitely go ahead and adjust the legends now. It looks like we're in
Hilarious.
a game 3 situation.
Bonus game of Kennen and who? Kennen and Kennen?
And let me go ahead and paste it for Night Fighter. I'll go ahead, see if you're able to get in there, Night.
I was just gonna say, the Kennen, we're actually seeing the 2 different kind of main Kennen builds. There is a third one out there.
It was I thought there was another one that I was looking at that was Zed versus Zed versus Jace. Oh wait, no, we were looking at that, but that was stupid. I had already watched this. This was embarrassing. I think Jace is actually like Omega fucking broken. And lost to just like pure gas Zed. But like I hated this guy's deck list. I think Jace might be like one of the strongest characters in the game right now. But I mean that's usually how things go with like Dazzling Aurora, but I just think the 5 cost Promising Future or whatever is just way better, and the fact that you just can have both of them is like absolutely dirty. Getting so much gear out for free just buffs and gets so many resources, so much empowerment. Still nothing, I believe. Let's look for that 18 patch notes. Is this a thing? PBE rundown.
Hey everyone, Tim here with an early look at TFT's newest set, Enchanted Wilds. Now for this video, I'm going to go over the two different traits, give you a brief summary about what each one does, and a little bit more dev insight on how we got there and some design trends in set 18. This is something that's going to appear in your shop every 2 rounds.
Oh god, hold on.
Today we're going to be using our internal tool because obviously we don't have everything published publicly yet. So you might see some weird numbers and debug text, but generally this is what we use. It's a cool preview about what we use. Wow, as I say that multiple times. So we're going to start with origins. I'm going to ignore mostly the legendary origins, right? The 5-cost units.
It's the Akali! Yay!
Briefly, but we're probably going to cover that mostly when we get into champions. So Blossom. Blossom is a really good trait to start with.
And Soraka.
It's going to be a great preview of what the set is.
5-cost Soraka? That's always busted.
Is that they empower your wisps. Now, if you haven't watched a dev drop or haven't played previous sets, you're going to be like, what are wisps? What do I do with these? Wisps are set 12's retrain of charms. And this means that this is something that's going to appear in your shop every 2 rounds. It's going to be like I guess a really broad way to do it is like a mini augment. So some of these last 1 combat, some of these grant resources, some of these last multiple combats, and you buy them from the shop and they empower your team. And they're going to appear every other round unless you're playing Blossom. And so Blossom's whole gist is that they change these wisps, they empower them, they make them really cool and special, and that's going to be most of your combat power. So at 3, your wisps are going to be upgraded. This is probably what most people are going to flex in and out of. You have to play it for player combat, so you can't just toggle it and then roll your shop, play it for combat. Every charm afterwards is going to be empowered until you take the trade out. At 5,
this is quiet,
wisp appear every other turn. When you have 5, they will happen every single turn. So you don't have to waste the gold rolling for them. You just have a combat. You have a wisp every single combat. And at 7, you're going to gain 5 gold after buying a wisp. Wisps aren't always the cheapest, but this means you can make money on cheap wisps, and you can play more expensive wisps without really hurting your econ. So this kind of turns into more of an engine where you don't feel bad clicking all these wisps. And then 9, well, why is there a 9? There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 champions. That's going to be because of Lux and of obviously emblems. Lux, as I'll touch on later, makes a lot of comps very, very flexible and cool. Lux basically is a retrain of set 2 Lux, kind of plus even more, which is that she'll give +2 to any of her origins, and she can be almost any origin in the game. So if you have a Lux, that's Blossom, you'll get +2. You can place 9 wisps. 9 Blossom. And so with 9 Blossom, you can buy 2 wisps around, which is a ton of power. And 11 is going to be one of our chase prismatic traits, where your wisps become extremely, extremely good. So they're going to level up even more, and they're going to do
so ready.
Things. This is going to be
I'm not.
Power.
I mean, I guess I am.
The other part of Blossom is they have a bit of HP and combat stats.
Define
this is
ready
to smooth out their scaling and tuning, so you don't feel like
I'm
you
ready
have
enough.
to buy a wisp to play the trait, which can be really, really
but I haven't
hard
played TFT in a hot minute,
but
so
overall,
like,
this
it's
is going to be
a little rough for a little bit.
With 2 4-costs and a trait pair. So this is going to be
it's like riding a bike. How bad could it be?
But like difficult to master trait. And I think a cool trend to point out here, which we're going to touch on for other origins, is the breakdown of what 5 and 7 give you, right? 3 is going to be
super slow here, dude.
Trait, right? You're going to get those upgraded wisps. It's going to be in that econ generation, right? You're going to be getting a lot of gold. And so you're not going to exactly win the game on 7 Blossom all the time. Just like in set 16, you're going to have to be
like, I get it.
And Draven. And then Kog'Maw, I'm going to touch on this later. It's almost entirely encapsulated within Draven. And then Kog'Maw for Caustic. So this Kog'Maw is going to be kind of a threat. So I'll go into more of that later. But his unique origin, he doesn't have another origin, is that
threat Kog'Maw again
for the whole team. It's going to be a good tech option if you need that. 3 cost. He can also be rerolled as a carry. There's more to Kog'Maw to unpack. Moving on, Coven. Coven is going to be our high risk, high stakes trait. It is kind of, in the briefest term, similar to Underground from set 8, but we're trying something a little bit different. So in the past few sets, our high risk traits have been very, very lost streak dependent. And then if you can't lost streak, you kind of can't play it, and then you kind of get locked out. I think there's some value to that. It adds a lot of inherent risk into the trait, which means you can get a lot of rewards, but it also feels pretty bad as you're at the like behest of like matchmaking and using comp. How many longer you have
But
collect
it's like,
essence, and the more essence
I'm
you
also
have,
trying
the
to
better
think,
your
who the fuck
rewards.
are all these champions?
And
You
these
got
breakpoints, and you'll see it in the armory that pops up.
Lilia,
These kind of
Kale,
exponentially go up. So the first few are going to be pretty easy to get. You're just going to lose a few rounds to get them.
Lux.
But to really get the high rewards, you're going to have to be risking 100, 200 essence
Who the fuck is
breakpoints
this?
at a time. And so
Looks like Zyra, but
risk here.
maybe.
And this is going to be something I'm going to be very fine-tuning
Why
throughout
is there
all of the
two?
set.
She's here and then here.
Since there's no loss streak gating this,
Hello?
you really want to see how many people that, oh my gosh, I would be that
Whatever.
very
Oh,
1-4-1. Because you don't have to do these, is get 3. So the more HP you is going to be how much,
Eclipse
how
is
big
a
your cash
trait that currently has no
Very interesting
champions,
trait.
or am I crazy?
I think it's because we haven't had a we have here because there was 1, 2. It's kind of a form
it's a
swap or an
lease.
adapter, so it kind of shows up weird in our system. But there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coven units plus Lux. So if you have all of those in, you can play 7 coven. 7 coven is much more different. It's going to be just kind of a loot cascade where you can get a ton of essence very, very fast. Kind of a
Ready as an eager, yes.
Eclipse, if you've watched the dev drop, is our secret trait that unlocks when you play 3 solar and 3 lunar. Obviously, we'll touch on those traits later, but this is a very cool trait where if you have both of these 3 pieces in, you will get this hidden Eclipse trait, which after 10 seconds kills the lowest, like it's very simple, kills the lowest health enemy, repeating every 3 seconds. So this
What? It just straight up kills the lowest health enemy. Repeating every 3 seconds? Huh? It's killing fucking 3 units in 19 seconds on its own? Huh? Huh?
Like, oh my god, really, really powerful, super freaky, super scary. What this actually means is that you kind of are playing a timer comp, and it looks really cool when it happens in game. But since it targets the lowest health enemy, oftentimes this is just finishing off targets that you're killing. So I wouldn't be too worried that like, oh my god, I instantly lose the combat after 10 seconds. This is oftentimes going to kill fodder units, kill a tank that you're about to kill anyways, but leads to really, really cool tense moments at the end of the fight where, hey, like, I've started getting through the front line, maybe I can start picking at the back line, but you won't be like sniping their backline carrier with this. But definitely one of my favorite traits to play, one of my favorite traits to tech in. I think the trailer web for this is really fun. But moving on to our next vertical.
He's wrong about this, 100%, by the way. Depending on how this is exactly kind of worded and how this is exactly played, lowest health still is going to be a backline unit compared to most tanks. If you're just sitting with, like, you know, a unit with 800 health versus your fucking 8,000 HP that's currently now 4,000, you know, Scion or whatever, it would still be killing the backline unit in this case. Like, I imagine it's just based on percentage health HP, but doesn't say that, so who knows?
This is really fun. But moving on to our next vertical, which is going to be Outerwood. So this is credits to the Witty, the set lead, and the whole team. This is a very, very unique take on a vertical. This, in a sense, is our summon trait, but I wouldn't even call it a summon trait. It's a very, very cool variation of it, where you summon basically an entire forest. So rather than having one big dude be all of your power, like Shepherd or previous set summons like Otacon and Noxus, this is going to be spread out among a forest. So at the 3-piece, you will get 2 summons, not 1. You'll get a tree and you'll get a flower. The tree is kind of a frontline tank. It has a bunch of HP. When it dies, it's going to stun some units around it. And the Life Bloom is going to be a backline or third row kind of summon, where the longer you keep it alive, it's going to give your team AD and AP. And so you have this nice forest. Obviously, on stage 2, you can face boards with 5 or 6 units, which is pretty cool, pretty unique. You're going to feel really like you're breaking the game.
Kind of bullshit.
And really indicative of fighting a forest. Now at 5, you're going to get a second Stonebark tree. So you're going to have 2 frontline trees and 1 backline tree. And then at 7, you're going to get another summon. This is going to be kind of a golem type summon. It's not going to be all your power, right? I wouldn't expect it to be as strong as like 7 Shepherd or 5 Shepherd, but it's a fighter that's going to add damage to your team, as well as those 2 tanks, tanky Stonebark trees, and 1 Life Moon backliner.
It's still crazy to have 4 units on the fucking board over
9,
a summon trait.
Lux,
doesn't even matter if they're like squishy or not. That's still just insane.
More HP, and then their abilities are going to upgrade a little bit, Just like when a normal champion stars up, they get a stronger ability, get more HP. So just like that. And 11 is going to be the prismatic, super cool. All these plants are going to go crazy. So how would you play this trait? So this trait is a little bit more difficult to build than Blossom because you're going to be leaning more on those Elderwood summons. I think most people are going to play around the 3 and the 5 just because of the cost structure. But if you look at the cost structure, there's going to be one of every single tank class in this. Obviously, you don't know what these champions do yet, but there's a lot of different trait webs here. You have an AD unit, you have an AP unit, and you have every single tank. So you can flex around the 3 and 5 a lot. The 7 is going to be a little bit more difficult to get to. This is kind of just an intentional design choice where it's going to be a little bit harder to get the 7. You will need a 5 cost or an emblem.
Oh yeah, I forgot the
which I have said
carousel's
before
coming back. I'm
tends
so
to be a little
happy
frustrating,
that the carousel's
but I
coming
think it's
back in the
more
set.
exciting this set because you also have a Lux of every single.
Because that just
unit.
means then like
Top 5 is
getting,
pretty stable.
you know,
you have a
we'll
lot of
just be
ways where you
getting
don't feel
some
like you're
Elderwood
fishing for that 5
emblems.
cost.
Be
overall,
golden.
Elderwood, I expect to see a lot of clips when people go, "What the heck am I facing?" on stage 2 when they fight 5 units and 2 trees. But one of my favorite traits. Now moving on to the next one, Eldritch. This is probably a good break for me to say I really like the trait webs in this set because we have 3 major vertical origins, which are going to be pretty big, and you can just jam them all in and have a really good comp. But we've also been pretty intentional on the design side. Like Witty and his team did a great job. Of the other origins are like pretty medium to small size.
Eldritch champion
which
gain
means
additional
that you can
stats
mix
based
and
on the
match a lot of these
sacrifice
things
roll,
put
star
together
level, and
and have
cost.
a lot of multi-origin traits or a big like Rift Beast thing with a small splashes. There's a lot of cool things you can do with the trait web. And starting with that is Eldritch. Eldritch is a very, very
At
unique
6,
origin.
it gets a bunch of
So the way
HP,
Eldritch
30%
works
AD
is that
and
when you field
AP,
Eldritch, you'll have a special
attack
hex
speed,
on your board.
resistances, and lifesteal.
And this hex, at the start of
Yet the
combat,
5
any unit
cost
in that
is
hex
still Lux,
will
so
get
that seems
sacrificed
bad. This
and give
Mordekaiser,
stats to your
I
Eldritch
think.
units. So that
Tank
kind of goes in 2
Mordekaiser
parts.
again.
So one, you might say, okay, why would I sacrifice this unit, especially on stage 2? How can I ever win a combat? Well, there's a second part. Whenever you sacrifice a unit, your whole team will get HP, right? So if you see that first number at 2 Eldritch, you'll get 225 HP. That's a lot of HP.
Veigar.
That kind of makes it worth to sacrifice a unit early game. That's
I
going
don't
to be
think
kind
this
of
is
irrelevant for
Veigar
that.
matters, but
Now for the rest of the trait, the exciting part
what the fuck is
that
this?
depending on the unit you sacrifice, what role it has, and its cost,
Is
you'll
that
get
a
different stats to
Zir?
your team.
There's no way that's a Zir,
I'm
is
not gonna
it?
go over each exact one, but basically, if you sacrifice a tank, you will get tank stats given to all your Eldritch units. If you
I don't know. I don't like it.
It'll give you a little section here. So this kind of lets you customize your own trait. It is.
Oh, also, I need to look at what is. Can you build Elderwood? Yeah, it's with a chain vest. Okay, I need to remember that because we're probably gonna spam the fuck out of that. I'm building trees.
Flips the. And so when you reach these breakpoints, you're gonna get more and more gold. And there's a lot of these, and I think at the very, very end, there's a big jackpot with a ton of gold, very similar to 8-bit in that regard. And so a few special notes here. You cannot stack golden pixies unless you have 4 in. So you can't just play 2 Fae the whole game, get a bunch of damage stacked up, play 4, and then get all your cash outs in. You have to be
2%
playing
heal?
4 Fae. That's kind of our mitigation for just committing to the trait.
That's trash.
Flora Fatalis
No?
is kind of a mini threat trait.
I feel like
Fiddlesticks
that's
is going to
trash.
be an AP tank, and Soraka is going to be an AP backliner. So it's a 3 cost and a 4 cost. And it's a tank, and Soraka is going to be an AP backliner. So it's a 3 cost and a 4 cost.
Wait, I thought Soraka was a Blossom. Why would... What? In what world is Soraka harvesting enemies on takedown? The fuck is she doing? Does she got Starfall again, or what? Gaining 10 mana? Grant 8% health. Heal to lowest health enemy. So this isn't permanent.
And it's only a 2-piece. There is an emblem to this, so you kind of play around with it if you want. But what does this do? Flora Fatalis is on takedown, you get a bonus. When you just play 1 Flora Fatalis, so any Fiddlesticks or any Soraka, they're going to get 10 mana on takedown. Excuse me, talking a lot, so gotta catch my breath. And at 2 Flora Fatalis, they grant an 8% max health heal to the lowest
So
health ally. So
ass.
this kind of a mini
It's so
loot package
ass.
board
So this literally gives you
for
nothing.
champions, but it also means that if you have an emblem, you can do something really cool, generating a ton of mana on takedown or chaining a heal to your front line. But basically, these are kind of just a small twist on a small origin or a unique trait given to lower cost units. Next one is probably going to be Hilo players' favorite trait. It's Inferno. Inferno has 5 units in it, 2 1-cost, a 2-cost tank, a 4-cost tank, and a 5-cost carry. And so what Inferno is that when you have 2 in, you get free burn and wound.
That's amazing.
So this is, wow, oh my god, I got a 2-piece splash. I get to burn and wound for free. Like, why would I ever build any Sunfire or Red Buffs or any other Morello type items? Well, that's because it stacks. So you're not going to feel like you're penalized for doing this. Some would even...
Did this motherfucker just say that burn and wounds are now going to stack? What?
Say you actually want this, so you can get that true damage burn, which really helps shred tanks. So it's a really, really powerful 2-piece utility. This is something to always keep an eye out when you're playing on your boards. But 3 is where the bulk of the trait comes in. What happens when you field 3 Inferno is after every combat, your first shop after each combat is going to be ignited. It's going to have a special slot in it that's going to have a higher cost unit. So this means that you're just generally going to have a powerful board, really, really impactful in early games, right? So say you level to 5 and play 3 Inferno, that means you can actually get a 4-cost in your shop that gets ignited and upgrades to 5-cost. You could have a stage 2 legendary, right? We've had that.
Okay.
But this also doesn't become useless later in the game. Obviously, fielding it at the 3-piece on stage 4 means you can get legendaries a lot more common on level 8 and level 7. So definitely a cool utility flex trait.
Especially if you just pull Lux on your ass.
5 and 7.
Like, what the
5,
fuck?
You obviously have to play every unit or hit a Lux or an emblem. But you get 2 shop slots, which is going to be a little bit more consistency there, but you get a 2% burn. And 2% burn is very, very powerful, as you've seen on any of our rating items. And at 7, you basically ignite your entire shop, and you get 3% burn, which I don't think we've printed in years. So the whole fantasy of Inferno is you basically light up the entire...
Can you fucking speak more on the fucking fact that shit stacks?
...board and burn your whole enemies down. Most of these units are pretty single target, so burning and wounding isn't that going to be that widespread. But when you get to the Amumu, you get to the Lux, you get to the Cannon, these are very, very AoE units that are going to spread it really, really fast. Next origin, Lunar.
Not even going to talk about
Lunar
it.
is kind of a slash origin, right? If you see this, the cost trait structure, it's a 3, 4, 5, 5. Obviously, Lux doesn't really count here, so it's a 3, 4, 5. Now, this is going to be the harder piece of Eclipse, which I mentioned earlier.
I love me a 3-star Diana.
So Solar is going to be kind of a reroll trait, and Lunar is going to be a high-end, like 3, 4, 5 trait. And if you field both together, you get Eclipse. So what does Lunar do? Basically, is kind of our take on Strategist and kind of our take on Voyager from the last set, which is when you place these units on the board, they're going to have a hexes around them, around the Lunar Champion. And if you put allies in the hex, they're going to get stats. Obviously, Lunar Champions will get 100% more. That's how they get their carry potential. But this is Diana is going to be a melee carry. Aphelios is going to be a ranged carry. And a Loon is going to be a mage in the back. So generally, pretty basic trait. Going to be an aura. The cool part about this is combining it with Solar. Now,
did I end up pulling anything good? Yes. Honestly, our second box was fucking goated. Yeah, we only got one over number, which is still lower than I would have liked to have seen, but we did get the, and obviously you're not going to be able to see it very well. We did get the overnumbered Soraka. No signature, of course, but still a really good pull. It's pretty much paid for everything in itself, so hell yeah. But I mean, good God, we got like 5 alternate arts in that box as well. It's like 3 alt art runes, alt art rumble, and alt art Rek'Sai. 2. Well, we had 2 alt art Rek'Sais. Yeah, we had 6 alt arts and a and the over number. So kind of a cracked fucking box. We also, yeah. So yeah, it was
Okay.
really good.
I'm going to briefly touch on it here because we can reference it when we get to the champion. Maokai, similarly to set 14 Zac, is a permanent HP.
Yeah, it made me
stacking
want to go to
legendary.
the
He
card
stacks
shop
not through the
yesterday and
shop,
buy
he
more,
stacks through
but
combat. So when he's on
because the
the
big
board,
thing is
whenever
I
an
don't
enemy
have fucking
dies, he
sleeves.
gets
I didn't realize that the cards are like much bigger than Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so my Yu-Gi-Oh sleeves don't fit. So I need some fucking sleeves. Because one of the sad things, and I don't know if I could even really show it here. Maybe I kind of can. So I don't know if this will be representable very much. No, it's not going to. Well, regardless, the second box, for some reason, the cards are a little bent, which is annoying. The first box was good condition. Second one, not so much, which is kind of a damn shame. But it's whatever.
It's 35 max health, and he gets bigger, and he scales with HP. So keep that in mind when we get to Maokai.
Wait, hold on.
He gets
What's
bigger,
going
and he
on?
scales
Whenever an enemy within 3 hexes dies, is it his allies or
with
enemies?
HP. So keep a ranged carry, and a loon is going to be a mage in the back. So generally, pretty basic trait. Going to be an aura. The cool part about this is combining it with solar. Maokai, I'm going to briefly touch on it here because we can reference it when we get to the champion. Maokai, similarly to set 14 Zac, is a permanent HP stacking legendary. But he stacks not through the shop, he stacks through combat. So when he's on the board, whenever an enemy dies, he gets 35 max health, and he gets bigger, and he scales with HP. So keep that in mind when we get to Maokai. All right, Primal. Primal, obviously there's a lot of debug text here, so what does this mean? So this is going to be kind of hard. Primal is this set's Piltover from set 16 equivalent.
Oh,
it's a very small origin with a bunch of auras. So when you fail 2 Primal, you have an armory pop up that's going to give you 1 of 4 options. These 4 options are always going to be the same, similar to the Piltover inventions, except you get to see.
Let's go. I don't like that it's 344 as far as the cost of the units, but like if this is just Piltover 2.0, I'm fucking all in.
Every single option. So it's going to be 4. One of them is a team-wide defensive boost. It's going to be team-wide healing. Another one is going to be Primal Champions execute enemies below a certain amount of HP. So very, very selfish for Primal Champions. Use that if you want to carry them or you want, to get through the high HP targets. The third one is going to be team-wide attack speed increased for Primal units. So this is going to be your generic offensive option when you have a generic defensive option. And the last one is going to be a resource generating stance, which is every 20 takedowns, you're going to get an item component. And this has a limit of like 3, 4, or 5, whatever you want to set it at. So this is going to be, hey, I want to use this as a tech option and just get resources and then pivot out. So a very, very flexible trait. Note that it's a 3-4-4. So you're not usually going to get this online early, but if you do get it online, it's going to be quite powerful, giving you a ton of team-wide benefits.
It's way too late to have it as a resource like generator.
And so you've already seen, we were halfway through the origins basically. There's a lot.
It's kind of terrible for it to be a resource generator.
So you can mix and match a lot of different utility options depending on what you want.
That Elder Dragon?
You do still have your core vertical primal. My favorite, it's Rift Beast. These are all the jungle monsters. So this is the set where you can have those memes of, wow, this person died to PBE, but PvE is actually a comp now. So if you look at it, there are 10 champions, one of our biggest origins ever. Every single jungle monster is here, right? We have Brambleback, we have the blue buff, we have Elder Dragon, we have Scuttle Crab even.
Oh, hell yeah.
We have Krugs. You can die to Krugs for real. So the way this trait works is that each different breakpoint gives you something brand new. So it's not 1-to-1, but if you had to make me give you an analogy, it'd probably be set 16 Yordle, right? A really big origin with a bunch of different breakpoints. All right, so 3 Rift Beast is going to be the alpha mark. So what this is it's a item that goes on your bench. It's a selector that you can use to pick a champion. And when you pick that champion, they unlock a different power. So this is, if you think about it, kind of like mecha, kind of like, what's another way we've done this? Like Nova, 5 Nova from set 17. They unlock a new part of their ability. And this is actually a pretty cool way we've done it. The carries obviously have ways to make them carry more, right? I think, for example, Raptor, when you alpha mark the Raptor or Mama Beak, they're going to start armor shredding and increase their DPS a ton. So if you want to have them as a carry, you should alpha mark them. But the tanks have more auras, right? So this is a pretty interesting thing because we've kind of committed that, okay, like making a tank your alpha mark is not going to be super high fantasy compared to a carry.
Okay, what the fuck
Why
is
would
this
we
second
put
thing?
all these like extra powers to make something like
Are these
players really wanna
Krugs?
do?
No,
And so
because these
now
are
you have the
Krugs.
option of make the
The
carry
fuck is
super
this?
carry or make your team really, really like powerful with an aura. So for instance, Krugs is whenever Krug dies, he gives a big team-wide shield. Scuttle gives your team team-wide healing. And Blue Buff or Sentinel gives your team
Why is there so much fucking
team-wide
healing?
regen. Right?
No, no
The
shields
five-
yet the
five is
entire
kind of a
time. It's
unique
just
thing
a lot
for
of
Rift
healing.
Beast. I would kind of liken it to 4 Yordle, but obviously a lot more powerful. Every 3 combats with 5 Rift Beast in, your shop gets completely overrun, right? There's going to be a whole new VFX.
So it's literally
There's going to
Yordle.
be only Rift Beast, right? And the power of these Rift Beasts scale with your level, so they're going to be kind of equivalent to whatever level you're on, but you're going to help get a ton of upgrades. You're going to get a ton of Rift Beasts. It's going to really help you spike your board every single 3 rounds. This is going to be kind of a resource generating breakpoint. I wouldn't say it's the easiest to like immediately go level 6 and put 5 Rift Beasts in. I think you're going to be taking a temporary weakness because you're going to be getting so much power later and consistency. But honestly, if you level to 5 on say 2-5 and want to put 5 in to get this stacking up earlier, I think that's a really good play. But the main breakpoints people are going to want to play at are going to be 3 and 7. So 7 is going to be your basic vertical thing.
7 looks
It feels
busted.
like, oh, this is just a bunch of boring stats that happen every 5 seconds. But if you look at your entire board, you're powering up a bunch of powerful units, right? There's going to be a few tanks and a bunch
And
of
even just
carriers.
alone
This
getting
becomes
1
a
mana
menacing
regen
threat.
every 5
When we
seconds,
get into
kind of
each
nutty.
champion, you'll kind of realize why the stats matter. And the 10, this one is kind of something we're still experimenting on. So it could change, it could stay this. But 10 is for those people who really want to just play every single Rift Beast, right? It's not going to be a prismatic. It's almost barely not even like a mid-tier Emerald trade, if we would call it that. It's just going to be another way to play the vertical, right? So the people who really want to play all the units together, overwhelm people with the jungle, you can do this. I say it's like a little bit weaker than all 5 costs. But what this does is going to give you 2 team size. So you can play Elder Dragon, fit in a bunch of legends around him, and still have your entire jungle with him. Elder Dragon is a bit unique, so I'll touch on that later. All right, Rival. What is this big tooltip that means nothing?
Oh my god, it's so funny that like this is something that I've wanted just in regular League again. It makes me sad that I haven't seen this in forever. Ever since they took away Rengar's Bone Tooth necklace, we can't have this rival anymore. Like Lyssandra's and Ashes as well. I don't think I've seen anymore. Like I don't know if they just got rid of those altogether or what, but this was like my main reason for playing Kha'Zix. It's like if I saw Rengar, I was making this happen no matter what. Because it was just so broken to be able to like get an extra stack of Bone Tooth or an extra evolve on Kha'Zix.
So Rival is a unique origin, right? It's only going to be on Rengar and Kha'Zix, and they have no other traits. You can only field 1 Rival at a time for the most part. There is an augment that lets you field 2, but Rival kind of deactivates when you have Rengar and Kha'Zix, right? Because they're enemies. They don't want to fight each other.
They
So
do
what
want to
Rival
fight
does
each
at
other.
its core is these units stack on takedown. Very, very simple. But each champion gets something different from Rival. So we're going to start with Rengar. He's probably the more simple one. Rengar gains 1 stack per takedown. What happens for Rengar is every 8 takedowns, he gets gold, right? He'll grant gold to you. Similar to set 16 Draven. This is going to scale pretty hard with star level. And then there's a bonus. When Rengar kills 50 units, or gets takedowns on 50 units, he grants your whole team AD that scales with number of takedowns, right? So obviously you can play him as a 3-star carry. He's going to be really powerful as a melee unit. But also if you get him a ton of takedowns, your whole team's going to get a lot more AD that's constantly scaling. So he's a pretty good aura unit. 2, for Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix does something completely different. He's the evolution guy. Whenever Kha'Zix gets, I think 25 takedowns is the number we have now, he will evolve and be able to add a new class. And you kind of get to see the classes here in the debug text. They're going to be Rapid Fire, they're going to be Slayer, they're going to be Spellweaver. I would probably have to wait and get closer to PBE to show the full list, but he can get up to 4 new classes on him. And so this makes him a very, very powerful scaling carry. He can fit into a bunch of different team comps.
Okay.
He's an AP carry, while Rengar's an AD carry.
AP carry?
Really, really powerful
What?
unit at 3-star. Also, boosts your team a ton because
What do you
all
mean
his
he's an
classes are
AP
basically team
carry?
auras. So not only is he getting more powerful, your team is getting a lot stronger.
Is his
That
ability is
the One
W?
Piece. It is generally a 1-piece. The 2-piece
Or is
here
it like
because
his
a
fucking
hidden
jump or some
unlock
shit?
with the augment. If you have the augment, which is called Unrivaled, you can field both of these guys together. And when you field them together, they kind of have a team up type synergy, which I probably won't get into much now. But basically, you can stack them together. You can finally play them together, and they kind of feed off each other, and their abilities get a little bit better. But as I said, mostly 1-piece. Not as complicated as it sounds. Stack, get kills, get more power with kills. All right, time for the next origin, which is Solar. Solar is most akin to Supers from the past sets, right? It is a pretty selfless origin. So if we want to have like a bunch of carries in it, the carries have to be pretty powerful, but it's going to be your 3-star reroll trait, right? So the way this works, it's only a 3-piece.
Oh, what?
And the 3-piece says your champions gain max health, a max health shield, and deal 7% bonus magic damage, and they gain more for each 3-star on your board. So not just 3-star solar units, 3-star units in general. So the pattern here
5%
is
max health
1-cost
shield and
Leona,
deal 7%
2-cost Kale, 2-cost
That's
Sejuani.
not that
You're going to 3-star as
crazy.
many units as you want.
Increase shield
get
and
more
magic
power based
damage
off
by
that.
2.5 for
So
each
you don't
3-star.
have to just play Kale as your
7.5.
carry. The key thing here is that Solar
Okay.
affects your entire team, right? This says your champions, not just your Solar units. So if you have 1 3-star, not much happens. You just increase the bonus by 2.5%. This is like flat. So if you have 1 3-star, this goes to be a 7.5% max HP shield and a 9% bonus magic damage. But if you have more and more, you start unlocking breakpoints. So if you have 3 3-star champions, your whole team gets 25% attack speed and 30 armor and magic resist. So this is pretty powerful because you're going to have a bunch of 3-star units already, and they're just going to get more armor, more effective HP. Be really, really tanky. We expect most people to get to this breakpoint because it is part of the trait. 5, when you have 5 3-stars, this is where a lot of the power comes in. You convert 50% of this bonus magic damage into true damage. So a huge DPS increase for your entire team. This one spikes you a lot. So if you kind of end the game on 3 3-stars.
So like you could literally just have Solar with fucking Inferno and then fucking get the 3 Lunar in afterwards to get Solstice or whatever, and then you're just not losing because 3-star legend like Leona and Sejuani probably just winning the game.
I would expect it to be like a 4th or 5th, depending on when you hit. But when you
Maybe.
get 5, that's when you start getting really, really competitive. And this is where most boards kind of end up, and I would expect them to stop, right? You pick probably like a couple 1-cost, a couple 2-cost, take a few econ augments, 3-star them, and then go and progress. Maybe progress into Lunar. And so Lunar and Solar have a really good synergy, which is we're going to have a bunch of 3-star units. You can stall long enough for Eclipse to start picking off a lot of units. Again, you can also play Eclipse without rerolling. That one's a completely different line as well. And then we have a prismatic unlock here. So it's not going to be trait based. It's not going to be tier based. Is that if you 3-star 8 units, so you have to be level 8 and your whole board has to be 3-star, all your 3-star champions ascend to 4-star. This should be levels of like automatically win the game. Right? Because
I feel like that's actually not even that hard with certain augments. Like I'm even thinking of like with like what was it last set? I'm pretty sure it was. I think where no, I'm thinking of Piltover from set 16. But even that had like a lot of just like, oh, play all the fucking 3-cost tanks and have Oriana just pop off, and like you would literally just try it in 3-star, like is ideally like 4 out of the 7, but that would sometimes result in just like doing a lot more.
Have a cost limit. You can ascend your 3-star 4-cost.
I'm not saying it's easy, but I mean this will happen.
4-star 4-cost, right?
Depending
it's like
on how lucky
automatically
you
game
get.
winning.
And if you get
Obviously, even if you don't do that, you're probably going to win the game. A whole board of 4-star 1 and 2 cost is strong enough.
The good
Really fun
reroll
trade
augments.
for those people who love pressing D. Excited to see how people cook up the comps around this. All right, the final origin.
But okay.
Spriken. This is, hope I don't
Is
get
that
too bad
Rabbits?
PTSD. This is going to be our Dragon Mancer trait. So it's going to be a 1,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 3, 5. So basically a pretty low cost trait. Going to be pretty reroll focused if you're not going to be using it to transition. Excuse me.
Who is this again?
So what this
Tristana?
trait does, 2, 3, 3, 5. So
Didn't
basically
say.
a pretty low cost trait. Gonna be Yeti that's on your board. He's really cute. He's really friendly. He's called the BFF, big furry friend. And you can choose any of your Sprikens to bind and ride this BFF. So you hover it over the BFF and they drop it on it and you get them actually riding it. Now if you have an emblem, any champion can ride this. You just put the emblem on like a Krug and the Krug can be riding the BFF. We've even had Elder Dragon riding the BFF. That looks really, really funny, and I don't think is safe for the BFF, but you know. But when they're on the BFF, they get stats. They get pretty basic stats. It's going to be HP and AS, blah, 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 pretty boring. Who cares? But the real power is that the BFF has its own spell that changes based on the role of the rider. If the rider is melee, he's going to get a kind of a tanky spell, which is whenever he casts, the rider heals for % of his HP. So your Kobukos and your Ramesses are going to be really, really tanky. If it's on a ranged unit, it gives ramping AD and AP. So these things, basically, these are the 3 range carries. Whenever this Spriken casts, you get basically free Archangels, free Kraken Slayer, Kraken's Fury is what it's called. Free stats. Basic for the 3-piece. For the 5-piece, that spell gets a little bit stronger, right? So you're going to heal more HP, get more AD and AP, and that's going to also spread to your whole Sprikens. This only affects Sprikens, to your other Sprikens. So you basically get a team-wide bonus as well as more stats. And at the 7-piece, this one needs an emblem. It spreads to all of the Sprikens. So your whole team gets a lot stronger in that regard. Pretty fun trait. I think the cutest part of this trait is everybody gets to ride the BFF, and you get to do a lot of funny, wacky visuals with that. And that's going to be all the origins.
That's not going to be bugged
Next
at all.
is classes. I'm going to go over these a little bit quicker so we have time to focus on all the champions. Adapter. Adapter is probably the closest to Set 13 Form Swapper and Set 16 Kai'Sa. Right, so all of these champions, they have 2 spells. And you'll swap
Master
each one
Yi.
depending on whether they have more AD or more AP. Pretty simple. This gets
Good
a little
thing
bit
Master
different
Yi has
for
always been
Nidalee,
asked.
who is a lot closer to Set 16 Kai'Sa, where she has a melee form and a ranged form. The ranged form is going to be AP.
Wait, say again?
For these champions, they have 2 spells. And you'll swap to each one depending on whether they have more AD or more AP. Pretty simple. This gets a little bit different for Nidalee, who is a lot closer to Set 16 Kai'Sa, where she has a melee form and a ranged form. The ranged form is going to be AP, the melee form is going to be AD.
I'm
Brawler,
playing
this is
Nidalee.
standard HP class. These are the champions in it. There's 2 Nars here because he's mini and then he goes mega, so he counts in our database as 2 champions. So there's only 6 here. Defender is going to be your standard armor and MR trait. Again, 6 champions here, pretty standard, nothing crazy. Executioner is going to be our crit trait. So, but instead of doing that standard ramping crit chance and crit damage, which
Lilia?
has never really felt good as a vertical, we're just making it pretty simple, pretty small here. A lot of our classes here are meant to be small, just like in the past sets, so that you can focus more on mixing
Oh, I
and
hope
matching
this
to
is
see
the
how much you
Lilia
get,
that fucking
rather than
bops.
being like, I have to max this out.
That'd be
Anyways, at the
fun.
2-piece, this is going to be your precision, which is your ability for your spells to critically strike, and you get some small
Was that Poppy?
chance. At the 3-piece, you get a little bit
No,
more
it's
damage
Tristana,
in a
no?
healthier way. You get a bleed for bonus true damage.
Who the
just
fuck is
ends up
this?
being damage amp over time. A lot of these units can hit backline at the higher cost, right? Ezreal and Kennen are like pretty big backline threats. The other 2 are like pretty single target focused, but it's really going to help you chew 3 units. And the 4-piece here, the bleed increases the more damage, so you're really going to shred people down. It's going to be your AD caster trait. Hunters gain AD as long as their primary target does not change for 4 seconds. Invoker is going to be your standard Invoker
Invoker's
trait,
still in there.
just mana regen, all these units. Something interesting here is that there's 2 4 costs here. One is a tank. Morgana is actually a
Is
melee
this not
fighter,
really
so
high?
no backline 4 cost for AP.
Wasn't
So
this
first time it
10%
makes a trait
before
feel
at 2
really
Juggernaut? Or am I crazy?
Juggernaut is going to be a durability trait.
Because I feel like it was
So you can see
10,
we have
20, 30.
3 tank traits mentioned already. There's actually a 4th. So, excuse me. Getting away from that set 16 or set 17 thing where we didn't have a lot of tank classes. We're back to 4 tank classes, which means there's tanks everywhere. This is
Good. So Eclipse is just gonna fucking go even harder.
there was a 5 cost here, and Maokai is actually a true tank here. So this one is going to be one of our stronger late game ones. Rapid Fire is going to be your backline attack speed trait. There are mostly AD people, AD champions here, with Kale being the 1 AP attack speed carry. This is attack speed on attack. So kind of similar to
The real question is Kale gonna be another
is
busted kind of
melee,
Kale, but or not.
Melee carry class. It's for both AP
Omni
and
Vamp.
AD here, right? So they're gonna get damage.
Wolves have
when
Omni
they're
Vamp. What the
hitting someone
fuck?
below 50% health. And so Akali is an adapter, so she can be AD or AP. Camille is AD. Merkwolf and Warwick, the 2 wolves inside of the trait, are AD. Diana is AP, and Brambleback is the 4-cost AD unit.
So
Spellweaver is our AP trait.
2 Ravengers
Similar
from
to set
playing
10
that.
Spellweaver, they're going to get AP. Your team's going to get AP, and all the Spellweavers are going to get more AP whenever another Spellweaver casts. Most of these casters are about 50 to 80 mana. Notably, there is Cassiopeia here, who's a spam.
I like how they're
caster,
just regular
so
like
she can
Diana
really
and
get
regular
your Spellweavers
Zyra.
up to a ton of AP.
Like, what the fuck?
But 246, probably one of the most stable comps to play.
Regular
as a
Aphelios,
vertical class.
regular Maokai.
Summoner is a pretty unique one. Summoners all summon something, duh. But this is not like the old summoner where everything has HP bars. Some of these don't have HP bars. Some of these are part of their spells. Some of these are like summons for real.
That was a Zir.
Without knowing the champions, it's kind of hard. But basically, this is more tailored to each of the champions. At 2,
Okay.
all their spells get better. And at 3, all their spells get even better. The numbers are right here. It'll make more sense when we actually go into the champions. And then Vanguard is our last tank trait. It is the shield trait.
Improve each effect by 50%, meaning Zyra gets 6 plants? Like, assuming this is like set 16 Zyra, that would be insane. That would actually be nutty.
Guardian from before. Again, this one also has a true tank in 5 at 5, which is Tarek. So again, 4 tank traits, 2 legendaries that are tanks. So there's a lot of flexible team building you can do here because you are always going to have a strong tank anchor. So that does it for classes, and we're going to get into champions. All right, moving on to champions. We're going to start with 1 costs.
I hate how this looks, but all right.
Alphabetically, 1 is Akali. She's an Inferno, Adapter, Ravager. So 3 traits. 1 very good trait in Inferno, and then 2 classes. And she's an adapter, so our system is going to show this in a little bit of a different way. I'll touch on what each ability does, but this is kind of what they're going to look like when you hover an adapter. They're going to have a default form, so Akali's default form is going to be AD, so it's going to show you the full AD spell, and give you a summary of the secondary spell. And if you have more AP in Akali, it'll swap. Then you'll get the full description of the AP spell with the summary.
Meal slices, Cinderling.
She throws her kunais and does
5 razor sharp leaves.
If the target is burning, which they usually will be because of
apply
Inferno,
wound and
it deals more
burn.
damage. Now, if you have the AP
Oh,
version,
good, more
the AP version
burning.
is not type burning. If the ability kill like
What the fuck?
is in the so the unique thing about type unit that's just gonna
Arma
spam
does
cast,
her
keep hitting
tether
a shield, and that's why it doesn't scale, and then pump out a bunch of single target damage.
and slows all enemies in 1
Cinderling,
hex.
Master,
Doesn't
put somebody-
stun, kind of trash.
current target, and then
Kuboku is still his heal.
And at the end of it, gonna pop
Old
for a little bit of
set
AoE
16
damage.
Kuboku.
And then AoE also
Trash.
100% slows for 2
Leona
seconds.
starts
So
with
now we're
60
seeing this
bonus
trend.
armor
This is
and
more
magic
like an
resist that
ability
decays over
champion.
10
I think
seconds.
they're not gonna like be
And
huge
she
draws
starts
and change all of your decisions.
with a
But
shield
something to think about when you're like, oh, what low cost
because
unit
of
do I wanna
solar.
play beyond just the traits? I could think
Dash
about
target,
utility
deal
options as well.
60
She's
armor
gonna be kind
magic
of your
damage
staple
and
transition
stunning them for
unit
2 seconds.
into AP lines. She has a trait twin in Ari that's also in Blossom. Generally, just a pretty stable backline.
And like full,
Coco
like what
is
the
a
fuck?
frontline tank.
120
He is
armor.
brawler. He restores HP
Minimum.
for 2 seconds. He does his little
The
dance.
fuck?
And he has
As a
his attachment
defender
from the bash.
as well.
Boom, does single target damage. Pretty basic tank.
Oh, that
He
was
is very
Ornn.
tanky
Okay.
because he's meant to hold up
Gain a
the
400
low-cost
shield for
Striken
4,
lines.
deal
And
100
also
to
think
enemies in a
about it, for every single
cone.
Striken, they're mini Dragon Mancers. So when he's
Quest.
riding the
Each
BFF, he's gonna
what
get
the
a lot
fuck?
more HP, become really, really
Each
strong.
player combat orange stores damage
Leona
blocked
is
as forward
back
power doubled at
as
3
a
star
frontline
gain and
tank, so
artifact
we
anvil the first
didn't
time
have
the
enough from set
forge reaches
17. She's
85k.
back. same spot, similar spell.
Okay.
But no shield. So not going to be this infinite tank as before. She's just going to be very, very tanky, no shield. The passive is when
No
you start
shield.
combat,
That's
you get
true.
a legend
I
from
guess
older
that's
classes.
fine.
She's just going to be tanky.
Not going
Our
to be
active
unkillable
is
this
she's just going to
time.
deal a small amount of damage. This is not going to
Pebbles.
be a lot of damage, right? A big shift here is that this is not Arbiter Leona.
Begin consuming
need to be a
35%
pseudo
max
carry.
mana
She's just a tank.
and
She's gonna
channel a
do
laser
bit
on the
damage,
target
scales
each
with armor,
second while
and it's gonna stun them
casting.
for 2 seconds. So pretty
Deal
big,
170
pretty
magic
big
damage and
when it's
reduce our
done.
magic resist by
She is
4.
solar, so
Heal
she's gonna be
buff. Gain
available
2
a lot.
mana
We're
regen
gonna
for every
standard for her.
3 second channeled.
Ornn, my favorite tank in the
Uh,
Warcraft space. Outerwood and Defender. So again, armor resist. just
Sorry,
like
I
Arbiter
am
Leona.
like not listening to you,
The active
Tim.
is gain a shield.
You're too fucking slow. Rakan, gain 250 shield for 240, then grant the ally who has dealt the most damage this combat 90% decaying attack speed. What is the mana? Like, you have all these cool stats, and then you aren't showing the mana? Or the... Oh, wait, no, it is here. 20 out of 90. So you're really only probably casting this once. I feel like it's still good. But being at 90 is like, if this was at like 70 or 60, that'd be like so broken. Rek'Sai, restore 16 health each second, tripled for 3 seconds after casting. Okay. Lunge out of the ground. Stunning adjacent enemies for 1 second, dealing 70 magic damage to them. Okay. Varus, wind up. Fire an arrow at the most enemies in line with target. Cool. Does 380. Physical enemies hit, reduced by 40 for each one it passes through. 110 mana on that. Very steep. And 380 is not even that much. Like, 110 means you're only casting that once a fight. And it's getting insta-fucked, instantly wasted on a tank. I mean, yes, it can go to backline, but, like, I doubt it. I really doubt it. Vagar, launch a giant blast at the target that deals a giant blast. Increase to 265 if they're below 35. If they die, permanently gain 1.5 ability power. Damn. Who could have seen that one coming? Zaya, gain 50% attack speed for the next 5 attacks. Oh, these attacks are replaced with feathers that deal 65 physical and reduce armor by 2. That it can be increased by AP. It's only 50 mana too. She can go crazy with 3 Gwinsus. Oh, it's going to be so fun. Too bad there's no Runans. Fucking hate this game. Yo, can you stop being weird, Tim? Fucking hell. What the hell did I miss? Yorick on death spawn a spirit walker. Restore 280 health and strike the target dealing 150. Interesting. Oh, he's a summoner unit, right? Oh, that was just the end of the one cost I see. Alistair. Roar, restoring, cleansing and disables, and healing the 2 lowest percent allies. Just in general for 100. Okay. Then slam the current target. Dealing magic damage and stunning them, not knocking them up. Wait, what? I mean, I'm guessing it still is a knock-up, but I'm like kind of curious how that might work. Caitlyn, passive every third attack is replaced with a headshot that deals 230 physical damage. Attack speed at 70. It's not 75 like some of the others, but I mean, that's still like good. 230 every third attack. That's a lot. At least Transformer Spider gain 325 max HP. Deal bonus magic damage and heal. Subsequent cast grant 175 delaying attack speed. Oh. 70 mana, not bad. Belchy bubble on the Gromp adapter. Belch a noxious bubble at the target. Explodes on the first enemy hit, dealing 250. That's trash. Enemies within a 1 hit. Enemies within a 1 hex radius take 100 damage over 3 seconds. Adapter heavily slows. Purple buff every 5 Gromp gains 25 AP. That's still trash. 45 mana is quite low, though. Kale, let's see how busted she is. Kale ascends based on her star level. First ascension attacks deal 60 bonus damage. Second ascension shredding enemies. Third attacks fire waves. Fourth gain infinite range. It's literally the exact same Kale. Oh, gross. It is 2 costs and not 1 cost this time, at least. But, I mean, she's just going to be broken. 75 attack speed right off the rip, too. Ugh. Oh. Terrifying. LeBlanc mirror image after player combat. Your strongest LeBlanc has a 10%. Wait. After player combat, your strongest LeBlanc has a 10% chance to create a copy of an ally on your board. Increased by 6% on takedown. That's not busted at all. Launch a mirror image at the target, dealing 250 magic damage and 85 to adjacent enemies. Okay. Merc Wolf Leap to the lowest health enemy within 3 hexes. Okay, we'll see how bug that's going to be. Deal a little bit of physical. Next 2 attacks will also deal phone and bonus. That's not bad. Gray buff, precision, and 25% crit chance. Increased up to 50 based on missing health. Okay. So Crit Wolf is a thing. Not that much damage, though. But it is AD, so it's like it can get up there pretty fast. Scuttle Crab passive attacks are replaced by a dance that deals 60 physical damage to all adjacent enemies. Okay. Active Burrow Underground. So he just dances. That's hilarious. Gain 15% durability for 3 seconds. Heal 250 over the duration. Green buff when allies fall below 50. They restore 15% max health. Okay. Sejuani's gaining a big shield. Son of a bitch. They claim it a code? Dealing 40 magic damage and strike in a line. Dealing 70. Okay, that's pretty 90. Shen, another good defender. 325 shield to Shen and a nearby damage ally for 4 seconds. Both of their next 3 attacks gain 40% attack speed and deal bonus magic damage. Only 90? Only 90 mana? Okay. So, like, Leona can just heal herself, and Shen is just going to give her the shield that we were complaining is fine because, like, Leona doesn't have shield, so she's not going to be unkillable, but then Shen exists? Okay. We sure about this? Timo, throw 2 clusters of mushrooms that deal 60 damage to the nearest 3 enemies, then hurl a giant mushroom that deals 180 to target. Each cast has a 10% chance to forage an extra mushroom that can be collected for bonus effects. Reroll Tactician Health or XP. Okay, Warwick, bite the current target, dealing 180. And healing for 30%. Oh boy, gain 15% attack speed for the rest of combat, 40 mana. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Weedwick is back. Weedwick is back. Yunara. Dash and launch an orb at the current target, dealing 180 physical damage and splits to 2 nearby enemies. Okay. She's an executioner too, which is interesting to me. Zir. Summon in 2 soldiers, gain 150% attack speed for the next 6 attacks. These attacks are replaced by commands which direct each soldier to deal 45. Cassio poison the target and the nearest non-poison enemy. She poisons 2? Dealing 400 damage over 15 seconds. Poison stack. Poison the target and the near... Okay. Sure, that seems really strong. It's basically just Malzahar again. But 30 fucking... Yeah, okay. 30 mana, and you're just permanently stacking fucking 400 dot damage. Okay. That stacks as well. Okay, that's not gonna be busted or anything. Diana, gain 150 shield for 2 seconds and send out a moonlight orb to the closest 3 enemies. A moonlight orb? Wow, that sounds fucking terrible. Not gonna lie. I think she's ass already. Can already tell. Reduce some fiddlesticks. Reduce the magic resist of 3 nearby enemies for 10. Drain life over them for 2 seconds. Healing for 425 and dealing 70 damage. He's a defender. He's actually a tank. How interesting. An AP tank. He does have 1,000 health. That's a lot. It's almost as much as Hecarim. Gain 50 armor and magic resist for 3 seconds and restore 450 health. Launch spectral riders at the 3 nearest enemies, dealing 80 and stunning them for 1.5. Very good. Very good. 110. It's only gained and casted probably once. Really good with Protector's Vow, though. Really, really good. Kha'Zix leap to the farthest enemy within 3 hexes, dealing 190 magic damage. If they have no adjacent allies, deal 230 instead and gain 10 mana. Why do I feel like that's ass? I hate when it's 3 hexes because that doesn't guarantee like going to backline. It's literally just Fizz. Oh, it is, yeah, it's 25 mana. This is like faster than Fizz. That's not going to kill anybody though. That's the problem. I don't know. That can be so hit or miss. I feel like usually like they never work as intended when they like someone goes 3 hexes. Like it just never seems to fucking work. But if it works, then like cool. His attack speed is 80? What the fuck? Okay. Interesting. I don't hate it. I'm not mad at it. Kog'Maw, adapter launch acid at 2 nearest enemies. Okay, so it does go on the 2 nearest enemies because he also shreds. So this was the threat unit, right? Or they said it kind of was, but it's also invoker and adapter. So what the fuck? Deals 195 enemies below 50%. Take 273 physical instead. Okay. Krug, rock roll on death split into 2 Kruglets. Cool. Active gain 150 health shield, then roll into the target. Deal 250. Slate buff on death Krug and Kruglet shield allies for 10% max health. That's not bad. Mama Beak. Summon 4 untargetable tiny beaks. 4 raptors for 5 seconds. Whenever she attacks, they attack the same enemy, dealing 25 bonus damage. Orange buff, dealing physical, reduces enemy armor by 2. Interesting. Well, with an orange buff, you're then getting 5 people attacking the same. It's 10 armor shredded every attack there, but I'm guessing, you know, the tiny beaks die really fucking fast, and they're only there for 5 seconds anyway. And 80 mana, like you're only going to see that probably once or twice. That's like, meh. Master Yi, how ass are you? Passive. Every third attack is a double strike that hits twice. On takedown, gain a burst of movement speed. Okay. Adapter. Double strike grants 12% stacking attack speed. Oh boy. Another Weedwick. Adapter AP double strike, deal bonus magic damage and heal. Interesting. I think the 80 one's better though. Rammus. Taunt, forcing enemies to attack the champion for 4. Wait, completely. For 4 seconds, gain 325 AP shield and 60 armor and magic resist. When the shield breaks, deal 40 armor and magic. Oh my god, he's the goated gargoyle stone plate holder. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. Probably build a fucking what's the AP armor item? You know what I mean though. Pretty worth. Rengar, jump to the lowest percent health enemy within 3 hexes, stab them, dealing 340. Then heal for 20% of their missing health. This is so much better than Cosmics. What the fuck? I mean, yeah, it's 50 mana, but like, that doesn't matter because you're actually staying on them. And healing for 20% of their missing health? That could be so much. That could be insane. What the hell? Tristana, attach an explosive charge to the target that lasts 4 seconds. Gain infinite range while that's active and 60% attack speed after duration. It explodes, dealing damage within 2 hexes. 240 plus 10 for each attack while casting. That's really good. It's only 60 mana. That's really good. Vi on passive, on attack, restore 22 health. Okay. Unleash a primal roar. Okay. Restoring 200 health. What the fuck? Then gain 85% attack speed, 15% durability, and become unstoppable. What the fuck? Why are you also like Weedwick? There's just gonna be people just fucking slapping each other and never die. What the fuck? I'm all for it. Sounds good. What up, Zeno? This guy got a bunch of time off and committed strive to streaming Shining Force and Fire Emblem in his backlog, and here we are. I don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't sound like me. Launch a spirit bomb at the target within 4 hexes that has the most surrounding enemies, dealing 460. Who did this? Well, this was the same Ari from like set like 7 or something. I don't mind this one, but reduced by 20% per hex away from the epicenter. Okay, sure. Moo 140. Jesus, every second restore 51 health and deal 12. So he just has perma W on. Active, deal 100 to each enemy within 2 hexes and stun them. Increase to 1.8 if the target is burning, which is like guaranteed. I don't know why that's only 2 hexes. That should definitely be like 3 hexes. That's not that big. Aphelios, equip Severum and equip or swipe the target 6 times over 2 seconds, each dealing 52 plus 1% max health physical damage. After the onslaught, finish fire a blast that deals 420. Hell yeah. Split among enemies in a 2x radius. Ugh. 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 I hate it, actually. Like, if you're doing max health damage, it's great for tanks, but then you have to fucking split the blast damage afterwards? Like, what the hell? Why? Meh. Ramble back, passive when the target dies, leap. Wait. When the target dies, leap at the next target, dealing 170 physical. I like it. Active, gain 80% attack damage for 8 seconds. And ignore 30% armor. Wow. Red buff attacks 1% burn and heal Bramble for 4%. Interesting. Ezreal. Blink away from the current target, dealing 150 physical damage to them, and then gain 25% attack speed. Every 5th cast consumes the attack speed granted from Nature's Wrath and fires a blast through the target that deals 420 physical, reduced by 20 for each enemy passes through. So it's just as ulti after 5 blinks. I wish the mana was 25 and not 30. Because 5th cast, that's 150 mana. That's a lot that he's got to go through. and only doing... I don't think that's going to be that good. It also depends on where he blinks. Usually that shit's pretty bugged too. But then it like fires at the target. Eh. I mean, he does get 25% attack speed that looks to be permanent. So maybe it's really not that bad. It's just hard to say. Lily, please be the bonk. No. Restore 180 health and send 4 butterflies at nearby enemies. Enemies hit take 90 magic damage and sleep. For 1.5. If they take 1,000 damage... Wait. If they take 1,000 damage, they wake up and take an additional 10% max health magic damage. That's also kind of cracked. And she's a defender. Wow. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Probably not as good as a Moo, but I mean, can be quite powerful. Malfight. Gain 700 shield for 4 seconds to become petrified. As in untargetable? Like, just gonna sit there? When the shield breaks, unleash a wave of dark energy dealing 82 AP armor, magic resist, magic damage to enemies within 2x's. I'm not sure what petrified exactly means. Usually that just is Zanya's. But that could be really bad. Morgana, gain 25% Omnivamp. Fire a Dark Blast at 3 nearby enemies, dealing 90 damage and cursing them for 4 seconds. Then spawn a 2-hex Withering Zone for the same duration that deals 46 magic damage per second. Curse enemies take 22. So she's a Morello's user. Just fine unit. Nidalee. Okay, I'm curious what you're about. Gain 150% attack speed for the next 3 attacks. These attacks are replaced with javelins that deal 150 bonus damage. Third attack instead targets the furthest enemy with the least items and deals 275. That's nothing. What? 275 for sniping backline. Okay. Well, I mean, she does get 150% attack speed, though, so... Like, that does happen. She does attack really fast. This is like a weird vein. Really weird. Adapter 80. Transform into melee cougar assassin that swipes enemies. I like how you say assassin, yet if you're swiping, I don't see anything that's making you an assassin here. Unless she goes to backline or some shit. Whoops. Sentinel, gain a big ass shield. AP and health. I like it. Slam the ground, sending a fissure in the direction of the most enemies. Enemies hit are briefly knocked up, take 100 damage, and are mana read for 15. Whew! Busted! It is 140, but who fucking cares? Busted. Blue buff. Each time Sentinel casts, allies gain 2 mana regen. Nah, that's trash, though. Jesus. Okay. Set. Upon falling below 40% the first time, gain 100 mana. That's going to be awkward. Wind up a big punch. Rapidly healing for 369 before dealing 22 in a large cone. Interesting. The sad thing is it does physical damage, so it's not like you can build AP to get like the big heal. But you can build like full health, I guess. He's a brawler. Interesting. Sivir, throw a large crossblade that deals 220 physical to the current target and bounces 4 times between nearby enemies, dealing 77 between each bounce. When this kills an enemy, bounce an additional time. Cool. She'll be good. Soraka, call down a star, dealing 190. If a star has previously fallen on them, call down 3 additional stars. How does this work? If a star has previously fallen on them, call down 3 additional. So, like, let's say, you know, The 3 frontliners have all received stars. And you call your star, but now it's like the star had previously been on your target. It calls 3, but those 3 now already had a star on them. So are we multiplying that to 9, or is it still just only 3? I wonder. I'm guessing it's just the 3, but I don't know. Zyra, spawn 2 plants around the battlefield that attack the nearest enemies 10 times. But didn't it say 4? I thought Zyra had 4 plants. That could go up to 6. Or is that just... Oh, it's probably at a time. It's probably the same Zyra. Where she can only have 4 plants out at one time until she gets that. That would give her 6. But that's whatever. Actually pretty trash. I mean, at least she's a 4 cost and not a 5 cost this time. So I guess it's whatever. A loon. 9 moon shard. Split among 3 enemies, dealing 50. If the moon is full, instead crash it on the board, dealing 2100 magic damage split among all enemies. Jesus Christ. And it's a 35 cost spell? What the fuck is this shit? The moon is full. Okay. Ash, fire an arrow through the longest line of enemies that deal 260 reduced. Oh, just a constant arrow that goes through. The arrow tears open a rift in 4 seconds that deals 35 plus 2% max health damage. And 20% slows them. Okay. Be nice if it was... Oh, well, it is a reduced attack speed. Okay. Interesting. Draven, passive, attacks target random enemies in range to apply a bleed, ew, dealing 135 over 12 seconds. It's fine, actually. Every attack has a 12% chance to deal 50 bonus damage and apply 2 bleeds. Does this shit stack? Probably stacks. Active, 140 mana? Jesus. Active, throw 2 giant axes towards the enemy with the most bleeds. Deal 100 physical damage to all enemies hit and consume their bleed, instantly dealing the remaining damage. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it does stack. Oh my god. So he's just insta-killing 2 units, like, no matter what. And he gets additional gold and buffs when killing as well. That's kind of wild. Elder Dragon. Passive attacks deal 50% damage to adjacent enemies, adjacent targets. Active, become untargetable and fly into the air, gaining Omnivamp upon returning. How long does that go for? Stun all enemies for 125 and ignite them for 4 seconds. Ignited enemies take 2% max health physical damage per second. Subsequent can't spew fire at the most enemies in a line, dealing 205, igniting them again for 4 seconds. Elder Dragon buff, damaging an enemy below 12% executes them. Yikes. And it's only 40 mana. What the fuck? What? What do you mean it's only 40 mana? There's no way. 50 attack speed, who cares? 2 range? I guess that makes sense. That's always been 2 range, huh? Whatever. Okay, and Gnar, gain 5 range per second and 5 rage per attack. Active transform and a Mega Gnar leap into the largest group within 3 hexes, then deal 180. Physical to enemies within 2 hexes, reduce their magic and armor resist by 10 and stun them for 1. It's not saying anything about using like his ulti, it's just a jump. Mega Gnar gains 400 health, replaces his ability with grab and throw, which throws the target at the farthest enemy. Okay. Dealing 350 physical to them and 135 to the enemy it passes through. If there's only 1 enemy left, throw them off the battlefield instead. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Delightful. Hell yeah. Oh, there's just regular ass Ivern. Shields from this ability can critically strike with precision. Oh. Grant 2 allies a shield and 10% damage amp for 6 seconds, then deal 220 magic damage to enemies adjacent to them after casting. Who is this granting? Just random 2 allies or what? Deal 220 magic damage to adjacent enemies to them after casting 6 times. Also grant 100% attack speed. Who is he targeting? Just 2 random fucking allies? That sounds ass. Cannon, charge up, gaining 12% ability power per burning enemy. Oh. Then gain 200 shield for 2.5 and rush through a new group of enemies, dealing 50 damage to each. Jesus Christ. After rushing, unleash a 2-hex firestorm that deals a total of 385. Split among enemies over 2 seconds. That again is increased by 12% per burning enemy. That shit's gonna do fucking so much damage. That shit's gonna do so much damage. And it's only a 40 mana. Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay, so is Lux the same every time here? Uncast all allies that share a trait gain 3 mana. Fire a laser. Deals 400, reduced by 30 for each enemy hit. Inferno bonus, restore 8 mana per takedown. Lunar bonus applies 12% vulnerable to enemies hit. That's interesting. Fey bonus heals the lowest percent for 18% of ability damage hit. 400 is pretty decent. I think that's no different than previous Luxes. It can be good. Sometimes really bad, though. Primal, gain 80% attack speed. That's pretty ass. Lux. Blossom, the first target hit is dealt 18 bonus damage. That could be really good. Eldritch stuns and targets hit for 1.25. That's... Huh. That's really strong, actually. That's really strong. Solar, weakens enemies hit by 12 for 6 seconds. Okay, Coven, reduce armor and magic resist for the rest of combat. Okay. Meh. That Eldritch Lux is gonna be crazy. Maokai, passive, after every 620, 650 damage blocked, a sapling jumps towards an enemy and deals 90 damage. On death, 3 saplings jump out. Active, deal 120 magic damage to target and restore 300 plus 12% missing health. He's basically Mundo. And then continuously gains HP when killing 3 units. Or a unit, rather. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And Tarek. First time Tarek or his Parrot ally drops below 50. Unleash Emerald Energy that both grant them a 406 shield to allies within 3 hexes. Nice. Broken. Restore 225 health. Tarek and his Parrot ally deal 100 bonus magic damage on their next 2 attacks. Very strong. Very strong. And that's basically it. Okay. Yeah, so I think Inferno is going to be busted. I really want to know what he means by burning shit stacks. Like, there's no way it just all stacks. Like, there's no way I can have 3 Sunfire Capes on an Inferno and apply 4% burn. Or can I? If that's the case, that's going to be fucking insane. That would actually be insane. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. It should be out, like, now. Doesn't say that it is yet, though. We'll try reopening it regardless. See what happens here. I don't think so, not yet. I don't know when it's supposed to come out, though. That's the other thing. The other thing is, like, I feel like it might not even be, like, anytime soon. Let me just look at some streamers. Because usually... Oh, I thought Emily was streaming. Emily's not streaming anymore? Why? Did I miss something? Hold on. Because usually it's like, would already be open. Robin song. It says PBE is up. Nani? Surely over in like EU probably, but...
This rocket animation is actually really pretty. All right, let's report something. Yes. Nasher?
So there's something also a little concerning is I might be getting another abscess. I fucking hope not, but like it's just feeling like it. I hope it's not the case. Hopefully it's just a false alarm, but who knows?
It looks like I'm sacrificing the Kabuko and giving stats to my entire team.
Okay, so when Mordekaiser does petrify, he just actually still takes damage. Or is he taking damage? He still gets targeted, but it didn't look like he was taking damage.
You guys playing Titans BT red buff?
What the fuck? Wait, Mordekaiser looks Omega broken.
Malphite cannot die.
Oh wait, it's Malphite? Oh, it's Malphite. I thought it was Mordekaiser that does that. What the fuck?
34-year-old man pretending to play a children's game? Why would I pretend? You think I have no life? PBE is up. Mortok said PBE is up.
More dogs said it? Oh. Yeah, more dogs said it, everybody.
Let's get the cloak here. For what? QSS? No. Declaw? No. Declaw, yeah. Declaw, Bramble, Radiant, Gargoyle. Fill your shop with Wisp. You can only buy one. Run it. Let's run it. Let's run it. Boom. GG's. Oh, shit. Open a store where you can buy an item. They cost 0. Gain 1 gold for every champion you kill. Allies have 9 attention.
Okay, that looked really cool.
Lose 9 player health. Lose 9 player health. Gain a champion duplicator. What are you doing, Robin? Blossom Hunter. Honestly, this gold that I gain will be more than a champion duplicator. Agreed. Already did the math.
I guess I'll show you guys what I'm watching here. Look at this Malphite unit.
What is it? 2 gold per champion? It's like, oh, is it 1 gold per champion?
Look at this fucking dude. Okay, so he does take damage while being petrified
It's
still.
1 gold per champion?
He doesn't fucking die. He doesn't fucking die. He doesn't fucking die. He doesn't fucking die.
Also, my comp is hella cool right now. 2 Flora Fatalis, 2 Executioner, 2 Summoner, 2 Defender, 2 Eldritch, 2 Fae, 2 Juggernaut, 2 Vanguard. Nah, this set's goated. This set's goated.
What the Zyra?
Zyra 2?
What the fuck?
Wait, how come both games I was 100 streaking the entire game? Am I in Disneyland? It already clicked for me. Summoners empower their summons in different ways. That's pretty cool.
Are you fucking serious?
For each unique... Wow! Your team gains 30 health for each unique trait you have. I have like 50 unique traits. I have like boxing lessons for my entire team.
Is the Vagar gonna be able to kill?
Vagar reroll, Teemo, some dudes on some dudes.
He died. It bleeds.
I lose? I lost? No way I lost. I lost even with the charm?
Why is UI like big? Looks kind of weird.
Chat, look at this Cho'Gath. What even is what skin is that? Galio Cho'Gath? Is that Cho'Gath? Skarner? Petrosite Cho'Gath?
This is a cool Cho'Gath skin, to be fair.
Gain 1 gold for every 1500 damage your highest damage champion deals.
Jesus, that's a free like 10
Coven
gold.
Lux. I can get another 2 trait on the board. I need a JG here. I missed the rod, FF. Reforge, oh GS? Reforge Cloak? Maybe? A belt, perhaps? Sorry, I'm stun locked. I'm stun locked. Chat, what items did I slam? Wait, PV's up, actually? Oh, wait, what? No, it's been up. Hold on, let me check this.
This fucking tank unit is stupid! This guy doesn't die! And she just did 15k and got a gold for each 1500 damage. That was 12 fucking gold, I think.
Level. A Lune in. Another 2 trait. My board is amazing. 2 Flora Flatalis, 2 Executioner, 2 Summoner, 2 Defender, 2 Eldritch, 2 Fate, 2 Juggernaut. And I... Wait, I got a rod? Wait, what? Where'd I get this rod? JGGS, it's over. Oh, JG Guardbreaker. That's even better. Wait, what? Ginsu? Oh, wait, oh. Oh, Ginsu. Oh, Ginsu is even better. Zero's an attack speed champion. Wait, the Alune looks so cool. Look.
Oh, wow.
I think I made.
It does look really cool, actually.
Teemo 3 did 12k damage. That's not balanced. I think I'm gonna go for Soraka 3 here for my win con. Oh shit, Malphite 2. Gain 3 random consumables that give AP or mana regen. I mean, that's pretty good. It scales infinitely, right? It lasts forever. Yeah, permanently grab 1 mana gen. This is probably always an instant.
Not up yet.
Late game. I mean, not
I
even
thought it was supposed to be up by now, though.
Actually, it's kind of worse late game, right?
I'm not sure when it actually comes out. Because at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if it, like,
What the?
doesn't come out till, like, 3 a.m. or some shit. This guy went Seraphim and is
Guy's playing
fucking
Draven
rolling
plus,
to fucking 10.
red buff. I mean, red buff is not good
The
enough. Right?
fuck? Just going fast 10,
don't
fast
think my
9,
Malphite is
and
killable.
like how? Yeah, he finally 2-starred the Malphite. Now he's never gonna die.
Haven't
Like,
played
he's
in a while. Is this
literally
set 18? Yeah,
taking
it's set 18.
damage! What
Enchanted
the fuck? What is this unit?
There's a lot of new Unreal Engine features. Shojin Maokai's good. Archangel. Oh my god. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 active traits.
Loon does AP damage, right?
I mean, it is sluggish because they haven't perfected it yet. They're still working on the making it like crisp. Give them some time. W Riot Games. Morello, Alune, Ginsu, Azir, Guardbreaker, Azir. Connect the Taric with the Malphite. Fiddlesticks 2.
And now the fucking Malphite dies even
The
less.
charm.
Honestly, the animations are really cool.
Maybe we need to get some legendaries on this board.
Ooh, that big mana reave.
This guy's playing Elder Dragon. Who's that next to Elder Dragon? Cassio? Morgana? Wait, something... Morgana seems kind of busted. My Soraka's
That's a
dead.
big ass pool by Morgana. That's wild that he loses that. Sivir OP? Morgana OP?
Oh! Oh! Unreal Engine. Oh shit, that was cool. That was cool from Unreal Engine.
It was.
Alright, should we level now? We still need a Loon too. This guy's our op. We kept losing to him. Let's see if we can beat him now. Perhaps with Malphite 2 I can win now. I won. Holy, what is that? Wait, what is that? Wait, what is that meteor? Wait, what is that meteor? Is that a charm?
It's a loon, right?
Is that a charm? A Lune's 4th cast? Oh shit, that's cool as hell. Wait, Ash is so pretty. Blossom Hunter.
Fucking Xerath. The gold looks a lot more gold.
A Lune 2, GG's.
GG.
Back row star is not good enough. I should roll for a better charm. Your first itemized tank spawns a dummy? Wait, I'm about to get a Lune. I'm about to get a Lune 3. Hold up. Yo, chat, this set already seems way better than set 17. Yes or no?
Yeah.
This already seems better than set 17.
Oh my god, I didn't even think like the one way to kill this fucking Malphite is with Gnar. Gnar could just toss his
Prettier.
ass.
Charms are way better than Space Gods. Let's see if a Lune can cast 4 times here. Meteor incoming in 3, 2... Wait, is it 5th cast? Boom! Boom! Oh my Some dude is on fire though. Top forward. Even the top 4 animation's better.
True.
Apex Predator, Breath Beast, Inferno.
Congrats, your challenger, TFD.
GG bro, I was T Janu.
Bro, I was Tiangju. Yo, GG's, man. Yo,
Double
Kuda,
more.
yo, wait for me. Kuba, wait for me next game. I'm almost done with this game. Tarek 2? Oh, yeah, I stamped Nasher on Soraka because Soraka's an executioner. She can already crit. So that's why I stamped Nasher on Soraka.
Oh my god, the Ash is like actually kind of busted at the fucking angle. Look at the angle.
It's a Lune's 5th cast that summons the meteor. Come on. Come on. Come on. Chat. First walk of set 18. Oh, fuck. Lilia 2, it's over. Explosion charm.
Explosion trying to fuck it. Okay. I want to watch Elder Dragon specifically here. I thought he was supposed to fly up and become untargetable. Why is that not happening?
Let's go! Hoover! Queued up, queued up, queued up.
Thing is, like,
Bro, someone's in
Alun,
position with his dick.
Alun had Archangels, or
with his
specifically
bird
Seraphim, and didn't really get to get that 5th cast off very much, though. Kind of hard to get, I guess. I suppose. A little bit, a little bit. Why? I don't trust that anyway, by the way. I need to just keep this folder open. It's already almost 7, and I'm pretty sure I have plans later today, too. Need to not go on for fucking forever. The T1 skins also look really fire. Especially like in Riftbound as well. They have like signed skins, which are kind of cracked. Kind of crazy. Fakers and Carriers look really nice. I like Carriers probably the best. Come on. I hit the play button. Make it happen. Show me what I want to see or what I don't want to see. I don't care which. Okay. Why did it not exit here, though?
Dude, what is going on? There's rapid fire in this. X Kism, thank you for the 10 gifted. Thank you.
Wait, he's watching a VOD?
Everything you're seeing that you think is weird is because of Unreal Engine. Okay?
Client
Rift
is
Beast?
on VLC
Chat, should I
play.
play Vertical Rift Beast? Oh, fuck. Small furry friend. Wait, Wall Spracken is active? No. Portable Forge? No. Salvage Bin? No. Cap. Trade Sector? After 20 champion deaths, gain a component anvil for 3 gold.
Look at that adorable little bastard. Let me go grab a do, I suppose. Oh, maybe
Okay,
we
so
should
Rapid
just
Fire is
play
still
some like Riftbound or something.
I got Rapid Fire Emblem.
Can
Hunter.
someone explain to me
Wow,
though
really good.
why my
Oh, I'm
mouse
playing Vertical
still
Release. Yeah,
like
yeah,
doesn't
Ooh.
I still
Yeah,
can't
shall we?
click anything with
10 red piece?
accuracy?
Yes or no?
It's actually like Omega tilting because like I
Rapid
got this
Fire,
mouse
Solar, and
pad
Flora
so
Flatellis.
that it could clean up my mouse
But I'm deciding to
play,
play
and yet
Red
it's
Beast
still just
twice,
ass.
Because I'm a beast?
I need to get a new mouse or something and revert back to what I'm like used to. Like I'm trying to like adjust to this one and it's just like bad. It's just bad.
Maybe I'll play Cinderling reroll, because I have 6 Cinderlings. Or maybe not. How come it's not like adding in the Rift Beast counter? Juggernaut? What Juggernaut can we play? Sejuani? Figuring out the comp right now? Inferno Rapid Fire? Rakan? I think I am playing Cinderling reroll. Rapid Fire Cinderling 3. What am I about to cook up here? Seven Cinderlings. There's a Gromp. We can activate Rift Beast soon. Oh wow, that's perfect. Infernal Defender. What brawler should we put in? Alistar? Krug? Rek'Sai? Wait, Rapid Fire Cinderling seems kind of good.
Why did Cinderling just do like so much damage? The fuck?
I didn't make 10 gold last turn.
511? What the fuck?
Sword? 3 cost sword? I missed the carousel. You guys missed the carousel?
Mm.
Rengar 2? What? Oh no, that's Warwick 2.
Damn, this is exciting.
Shojin Slam? Shojin Slam on Cinderling? Is that good? Hunter Emblem? Rapid Fire, Hunter, Flora Flatellis. Flora Flatellis champions harvest enemies on takedown, gaining 10 mana and grant 8% max health heal for the lowest health ally.
Someone said 30 minutes left.
Okay, Shojin does seem good on Cinderling. He is
That seems weird.
Cinderling is a caster, I guess. Oh, nice. Very nice. I got a component. GG's. A gargoyle seems pretty good here. This is for sure a comp, by the way. If there's two one-cost Rift Beasts, isn't this actually a one-cost reroll comp you can play probably? Cinderling and Crystal reroll.
Can't go wrong with a Supreme Pizza. Just has too many toppings on it.
Maybe I should pop this anvil.
The toppings make it worth.
So I can 3-streak into neutrals. No need. I win anyways. Five free rerolls. We probably hit Cinderling 3 here. It's Pebbles, bruh? Oh, my fault. Time to roll, perhaps? 6 rerolls? Must roll for Cinderling 3 here? What's Cinderling Biss? Shojin... Is Cinderling AD or AB?
Oh.
AD caster? Okay, so he wants like Shojin IE then, right? Oh, Shojin IE, got it. Oh, hell yeah.
How many people are gonna lie and spam that the shit is open?
Let's get Gargoyle in here. When you reroll the shop, the lowest cost champion becomes 2-star. Wait, what? Is that only for one shop? Hello? 7 rerolls, Robin? Lock in, buddy? You have an anvil as well? Hello? Lock in. Yeah,
I am
all
an
the
unknown
pieces-
player.
And then,
So true.
You have an anvil. Or I have an anvil.
So true.
Oh, Cinderling shreds? Oh,
Oh yeah, Cinderling does shred. Forgot about that. Oh boy.
I guess I'm just gonna push levels and natural Cinderling for free. Or I see my augment. G? Fuck it, Dumbify. Okay, probably misconnections here. I'm one off Cinderling. Badge.
I love that it isn't in a stupid circle. I don't know why, but I love that.
Oh, I'm rolling now. Reroll your... Decall. Random... Gain a temporary Warmog's armor? Oh shit, Rift Beast reroll. Wait, what? Chat, help! I'm dizzy! Oh my god, I roll so fast. What did I do in this off season? I've been training a lot. Wait, I got a Reforger. I can Reforge one of my emblems. Three Rift Beasts, 2 Hunter, 2
I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted to see the
This is my board.
wanted to see the Recon cast, but oh well. The worst TFT stream so far.
Oh! Cinderling 3. Yeah, put the Rift Beast in. 4 Rift Beasts? Level for 5 Rift Beasts? Perhaps?
Nothing can hold me back.
3 Rift Beasts, 2 Brawler, 2 Juggernaut. Hunter Emblem. Hello, Robin. Slam the Last Whisper. I guess Last Whisper is useless because Cinderling Sunders.
Look at that fucking Scuttle Crab going crazy. Hell yeah.
I think I win this fight without Last Whisper.
Scuttle Crab ain't dying.
I'm just not gonna slam.
Not today. Oh, he dodged the fucking arrow. That's fucking hilarious. Varys' ass.
I'm the GOAT. I'm actually the GOAT. I'm actually the... Calculated. Calculated.
Wait, Malphite's a 4 cost? I
What
thought
should
it
I
was a
get,
3
chat?
cost.
Gargoyle? Gargoyle Malphite seems really good, but someone's probably gonna take it. Hold up! Go, 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 go! Get that shit! Get that shit! Oh my god, we got it! Let's go! Gargoyle Malphite? Champions alone?
What the fuck? Bruh.
Champions alone in their row gain 15% health and 15% damage amp? Nah, this Malphite sucks. It doesn't fit on our board. Okay, Gargoyle. I'm scouting bot in PBE. I'm locked in this set, guys. I'm winning Worlds this set. The Trey Web in this set is really good, I feel like. 200, 2 Rapid Fire, 2 Brawler, 2 Juggernaut, 1 Floral Fatalis. Wait, wouldn't Stand United be broken in this set? Fiddlesticks, Kha'Zix, Master Yi. Caustic Invoker Adapter, Cogmaw. I don't like how every time you scout, these items pop on your bench. Chat, I forgot to run an ad after last game because we got into a new game too fast. I have to run an ad right now. I'm sorry. If you guys have Prime subs, you guys can continue watching Set 18 PBE.
What a steal.
Alright, come on.
You clean up nice.
That fucking 1 cost unit is doing 1500 damage with this Razor Leaf. What the fuck is this Bulbasaur doing?
I'm good.
Looks like our job here is done. Hey, my daughter got camp for a
Well.
week.
Wow, that's a big deal. We got a big deal too. Right, Mom? Okay.
So is it another 50 minutes or another 20 that we think we're gonna have to wait for?
Nice. Enjoy your new car.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days or 1.9% APR for 72 months on select models.
Hard to say.
Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we know your home is where memories are made, moment by moment.
Where's my Discord, by the way?
And we're here to protect your legacy with coverage as personal as your dreams. Bundle life and save up to 43% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Amfam.
Turn heads. In the totally
Oh fuck, the
redesigned
boys are on.
Outback. Dog tested, dog approved.
Get 1.9%
It's so early though, what the fuck?
2 months on a new Subaru Outback.
Wait a damn minute. Oh,
Yes to fresh.
I guess we could always end stream and do it tomorrow or later tonight. So I don't know when it's going to come online, but my boys are on Enshrouded. I'm supposed to be playing. I wasn't expecting them on for a few more hours yet.
First wash since I bought it. Still can't believe this thing is yours. No. Navy Federal Credit Union gave me such an affordable car loan. The rest was easy. I mean, I can't imagine
Well,
where I'd be without them.
when is this shit supposed to be on? I thought it was supposed to be on at like 6. I thought it was like a while ago.
Gotta stay hydrated.
My moves depend on it.
Liquid IV and Spider-Man, brand new day.
And then
Yeah, it said somewhere around 12 to 1 p.m.
here.
Pacific.
Maybe Simon IE or something. I still need anti-heal. Why no Draven? Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped Draven. Wait, really? I didn't see Draven. My fault. Ah! Unreal Engine. That was Unreal Engine. That's a new Unreal Engine mechanic. You can take a picture of your yeah.
Let's look up some like Teamfight Tactics on the Twitters. What are they posting here?
I'm rich.
Ran into some issues with the Android build. Our plan is to continue deploying across other platforms while we work on fixing Android with a plan to get that out tomorrow.
What the heck? Wait, was that
Okay.
from a charm or something? Merkwolf 2. 5 Rift Beast, 2 Hunter, 2 Rapid Fire. I guess I have to play this chicken because it's giving too many traits. Oh my god, the Hold Scout? I'm Hold Scouting in PBE? Oh my god, I'm a beast. Wait, this guy has a
Still should have been out by now, though.
Is this Cursed Crown? Is that Cursed Crown chat or not? Okay, it's not Cursed Crown. It's not Cursed Crown. Wait, this might be like the plus. Is that, wait, what is that? Coronation. What should we go for?
It should definitely be up by now. You're telling me this took an additional 5 hours? Well, or 4? Just because of an Android error?
Scuttle Crab. Roll.
Wait, what is going on here? Not sure what to do.
7 rupees on combat start and every 5 seconds rupees.
It should have been on by now, but it's not. So what do we do about this?
Scuttle Crab.
What do we do about this? I don't know.
This is about to be a Giga Tuber. This is about to be a gigatuber.
Oh, I don't know. I'll give it 15 more minutes, and if it's not online by then I will leave. And then it truly will be the worst TFT stream ever, but
Fire Azir reroll?
I don't know what the holdup is here.
Got another component. Ancient Sentinel? Raptor? I need a Sunfire Cape here. Sunfire Cape. GG's. And GG's. And Sunfire Cape. Missed. FF. Bow. GS. What do I want here? Half red buff. Swap sides. This guy's no scout, no pivot. Berry. Zaya Rakan again?
Let's watch the Zaya pop off. Wait, like actually, though.
Krug 3, Raptor 3, Merkwolf.
I mean, you gotta pick it.
Merkwolf on bench?
Merkwolf 2 on bench. Another Merc? Dude, pick it up. Pick it up, you son of a bitch. You're trolling.
I need anti-heal.
And you got another one. Like, Jesus, this game could have been so free. The fuck? Stupid.
6 Rift Beast. Bramble back. 7 Rift Beast. Who do I drop? Rakan? Oh my goodness. 7 Rift Beast online. GG's. Titans BT. Titans BT Val. Oh my god, Spirit Bomb Ari's back. Boom. Spirit Bomb Ari.
This fucking little laser is so funny.
The Spirit Bomb Ari's ass. I mean, Shoujin is probably not very good. Oh, wow.
Wait, that Krug is insane. Why did he have so much fucking HP?
Rapid Fire. What is that unit called? TG. I'm checking the TG like a beast. Wait, what? Wait, what? Unreal Engine bug. What? Wait, did they change TG where you only get one item now? Oh, yeah. Unreal Engine. Let's take a picture of this and send it to the devs. Who did 12,000 damage? Brambleback.
That's fair and balanced, I suppose.
Are we gonna? You think people are gonna call it red buff or Brambleback this set?
Are we gonna call
I
it
feel like it's called red
Brambleback?
buff. Red buff, blue buff. Scuttle crab. One off. Silver con maybe. Inferno Lux.
Nobody's burning. Sold Scuttle Crab. Okay.
What did I sell right now? Can you fit in Rost in this comp? There's no
Congrats,
Rost set.
Challenger, TFT.
High quality PBE gameplay Kappa.
Oh, Whitrock, thank you for the sub. Whitrock, you're in this game, right? Didn't you just die? Oh no, you're in my other game. What do we need here? Oh, Elder Dragon, another Rift Beast, right? Oh shit. Wait, can you raw dog get 10 Rift Beasts? PB's up? Nah, Weijin would never Weijin would never lie to me, right? Weijin would never lie.
I believe him.
Wait, I know PB's up. I'm playing.
Not up. Disgusting behavior.
Holy shit, this guy's a 4-star Zaya. Whenever you 3-star champion, gain a copy of each round for the rest of the game. Gain a... Oh my woksh! 3-star champion, gain a copy of them each round for the rest of combat game. Gain a lesser champion duplicator. Weight the worth instead of worth the weight. What? It's over. This guy won the game. I lost my tuber. I have a voice staff on my bench. What am I doing? Maybe if I get red buff 2, chicken 3.
See, he's not even in EU, even though it's like they're going live at the same time, but...
Scuttle Crab 3, I can win. Maybe.
Diabolical.
Put your void staff up. I know, man. I mean, I don't have an item slot for void staff, I think.
That was 3 hours ago when it says it is ongoing and making solid progress.
Wait, didn't I just find this?
Yeah, okay. Okay, Alex.
Oh, void staff. Oh, whoops. I forgot about void staff. Okay, this fight does not look close. If you're really playing, buy Kabuko right now. Let me buy real quick. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Too slow. Ancient Sentinel. Wait, Scuttle Crab. Wait, that's the 3 Scuttle Crab in the same shop.
Fucking delay it 2 weeks. Fucking, oh my god, look at all those Scuttle Crabs. Scuttle Crab can surely save us. I'm tilted. How dare you disrespect Scuttle Crab like this?
Sterak seems good on red buff here. Or that. What is this guy playing? How come we can't see their traits?
Weird lunar buff. Playing Shen 2. RE2 has got a fucking...
Spirit Bomb Ari plus Ivern backline. Moonlight Ivern or something? Oh, wow. My red buff died in one. My red buff got one shot by Ari. My board stinks.
Let me help you, bro.
Good old unkillable Malphite. Like literally, I don't see a world where you wouldn't just play heal the Malphite comp.
It's okay. I'm gonna level for Elder Dragon right now. It's all good. Elder
I'm trying
Dragon
to
in.
recall who heals a lot though.
8 Rift Beast. Oh, Elder Dragon counts as 2 Rift Beast. So how do I get? Wait, can you get Rift Beast Lux? How do I get 10 Rift Beasts? Oh, I can't even get that. Oh, wait, oh my god, Elder Dragon 2. Is it over, guys? 8 Rift Beasts, Elder Dragon 2, Cinderling 3, Red Buff 2, this other Golem 3. Wait, let's see if we can beat this guy finally. Am I winning? It's kind of close, low key.
Elder Dragon actually did so much there. I wonder where Elder Dragon exactly goes when he comes untargetable and flies away, because he does it on the first cast and then hits everybody. And then goes back to, I think, its initial location. But like, it's also like a really good reason to be
What
like
the hell?
tanky.
Oh wait, is this? Oh! This is the part of the trait. GG's. Perhaps we should reposition, shall we? Perhaps we should sell this red buff and buy a charm for this fight. Perhaps we should use our Reforger. Oh. What do we put on Elder Dragon right now?
Wait, Elder Dragon going to backline? Broken? Still lose fight?
Chicken 3. It's over. Ah, cinema!
Hmm. How interesting.
Wait, that was... Is that a ghost?
Is Dragon a
we're winning
tank?
out, we're winning out.
I'm guessing not.
Hold up. Let's get a better item on Elder Dragon, perhaps? DB, maybe?
Fucking Shojin IE? Clearly?
GG's?
I don't know.
Wait, is Elder Dragon 80?
Yeah, he is. Hmm. He is not tank.
A DB, a Sterax, a Fatal Fatalis Emblem, a Vow. Yeah, surely we...
What is this Alistar doing in here? Just for Brawler? It's really troll, no? Could have had Maokai in on like 4th carousel.
You're glowing.
Fucking
Thanks, Kari.
1 HP decided to keep this fucking Deathblade Alistar. Like, okay.
Chat, I think we're winning out. I think we're winning out. The TJ is bugged. The TJ is bugged. Oh my god.
There's actually so much damage by the
I think I
fucking
lost.
Elder Dragon. What the fuck?
Wait, did he lose? Wait, what?
After this game, we'll check for PBE to be on, and it's going to be my last check, because I don't think it's going to come on anytime soon. Riot Games is fucking disappointing yet again. They've run this for 18 sets and they can't get a good estimation on when their set's gonna actually be out.
Wait, he got Malphite 3! He got Malphite 3!
Oh, gross.
Wait, who got Malphite 3? The other dude, right? Wait, what is this? They're all invulnerable. Oh, wait, what? Was that a charm maybe? Oh, the charm? Wait, this guy got Malphite. Is Malphite a 4-cost?
Yes.
Oh my god. Cinema. Cinema. Alright, let's do it, chat. Wait, one more round. Scuttle Crab. Can I level? Wait, can I level for 10 Rift Beasts here? No. $60 to level. I'm short. Buy a charm. 4 rerolls.
Set 19 is live.
Getting ready to walk. Position. I need a position real quick. All right, here we go.
Wait, this wasn't the guy with the Malphite? What the fuck? Wait, the Malphite guy lost? What? Three-star Malphite lost to Zaya. Reroll. Wow. Okay.
Cue it up. Next game. Pop.
Okay, last check. Is the game up? Status at Riot Games says no.
Pop. Holy shit, Q times are so fast. Wait, the quality got a lot better. Unreal Engine is OP.
Wait, what the fuck? My buddy got off. What the fuck? That's awkward timing. Let me see.
I don't know if I should use engineered stone or travertine for my patio. Guess they're all the same.
I think I'll jump in here.
Sometimes I encourage young homeowners to let the parent out. Tell me more about Shades of White.
You have Swiss coffee, extra Swiss coffee. You have cotton ball, snow
You
cloud.
gotta let some of the leaves settle into the soil. That's where your grass is gonna get its nitrogen.
Nitrogen, huh?
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
You want to know about electric resistance heating?
How could I not?
Okay.
Turn heads in the totally redesigned Subaru Outback. Dog tested, dog approved.
Get 1.9% APR financing for 72 months on a new Subaru Outback.
Some people will have you believe AI will make us less connected, that it's gonna leave us behind. We couldn't disagree more.
Looks a little doomed, but we'll see.
Call us optimists, call us dreamers. Just as we've always done, we're betting on people. We bet on people when we connected you to the ones you lost touch with.
Nothing. Okay.
And again when we connected you to the ones you couldn't be near.
Okay, I'm gonna guess this doesn't fucking come out till 3 a.m. Because knowing my luck, I mean, we're just wasting our fucking time. This should have been up literally 3 hours ago, if not like longer, 3-4 hours ago. And their update 3 hours ago that said things were coming along nicely doesn't seem to be very true. So, yeah, a little ridiculous. I'm not wasting any more time just sitting and waiting. So, I'm gonna dip. Maybe I'll probably come back at like 3 a.m. when surely it's on. Surely. But yeah, I ain't waiting fucking all day. So I'm gonna go play something else. Offline. Play some Enshrouded or something. Maybe play some Riftbound. And then we'll just stream this later. So Everton's a good one. I'll be back in a few hours probably. Maybe like 5 hours. I don't know. Something like that. I'll talk to some of y'all then, hopefully. Till next time. Doodles.